Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Randall R. Sadler Stadium on the campus of Earlham College as we bring you the season opener, the 2019 season opener for the Earlham Quakers. Today, a single game against the Tigers of Wittenberg. It was scheduled for a four-game series. As you can probably guess by now, the weather has certainly taken away the opportunity to play all four games. And today we have some light snow showers. We have temperatures down in the 30s, the wind chill down into the 20s, but we're going to play baseball anyway. The Tigers of Wittenberg in town for game number one. Welcome to the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Troy Dergowski along with Gerard O'Byrne. And I would venture to say, Gerard, you've played in some football games like this, but very rarely do we see baseball being played in these conditions, but they're going to give it a shot today.
I mean, even playing in football, we hated playing in snow, wind, cold, and imagine that getting hit in that kind of weather. But baseball, I've never really seen baseball played in terrible weather with snow and wind, but they're excited to play, so they're going to give it a shot.
They're going to play one today, and right now, at least the schedule says they're going to try again on Tuesday. We'll keep an eye on that, and, of course, we'll check out the schedule for you as we go throughout today's broadcast. And, well, here we go. The Quakers last year, they were on a roll at one point until the end of the season. They ended up losing their last 8 games, and they did not qualify for the HCAC playoffs. They're hoping that is going to change beginning today, and these non-conference games are very, very important to get yourself ready for the conference. But I think for the players that are returning, and I know you talked with Coach Sakasitz, I did earlier this week, they were very disappointed how that season ended.
Yeah, talking to Coach and a few of the players, they were very disappointed in how the season ended last year. But then one of the players told me that it was actually a lesson that the team needed to learn in order to grow. They used the whole offseason. They were very motivated by the way the season ended last year. And by the way they were talking to me, they can't wait to get this season started.
Here's how the Tigers will line up for this single game. Matt Baker will lead things off. He'll be in center field. Ryan Probst will bat second at shortstop. Hitting third, the catcher, Patrick Kenny. The cleanup hitter this afternoon at first base, Jack Seifert. The number 5 hitter will be the second baseman, Hayden Knox. Hitting sixth, the DH is Cal Stacy. Hitting 7th, the left fielder, Gage Carpenter. Hitting 8th in right field, Bryce Kilfoyle. And hitting 9th and playing third base will be Dan Hamrick. For the Quakers today, Brian Pinsur will lead things off. He'll be at shortstop. Addison Robertson hitting second, the DH. Danny Dopp is hitting third. He'll be at third base this afternoon. Austin Hatfield, a new player to the lineup, will be the cleanup hitter. He'll be the first baseman. Isaiah Shake hitting in the 5-hole today in center field. Andrew McFadden hitting 6th in left field. Robbie Shondell is the number 7 hitter in right field. Jackson Mitchell, the second baseman, he'll be hitting 8th, and Cameron Whistle behind the plate today. He will be hitting in the number 9 hole this afternoon. Tanner Griggs will be going today, the right-handed pitcher for the Tigers, and the senior, the veteran, Walter Talcott, will be going for the Quakers this afternoon. When we come back, it is game 1 of the 2019 season. It's coming up in just a moment. The first pitch right around the corner, right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
We check 'em better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians, and each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
We're back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Great to have you with us. A Sunday afternoon, plenty of cold weather as we mentioned. Walter Talcott getting his warm-up tosses in, his first start of a brand new season. Of course, Walter, you go back to his freshman year, he had a sensational freshman season, battled through some injuries during his sophomore year, came back strong last year, and of course certainly hoping to finish out extremely strong here in the 2019 season. We'll set the defensive lineup for you coming up in just a couple of moments, as again Walter will get his final warm-up tosses. As you had a chance to talk with Coach Sakasitz about the upcoming season, give me what he certainly gave you an idea of what he expected this year, and I think he's expecting some good things if they finish strong this year.
Well, first two players that he mentioned were Talcott and Robertson. Talcott is 6 wins away from tying the all-time record at Earlham College. He mentioned on defense he wants Talcott and Robertson to lead the young guys into a successful season. He also talked about playing fast on offense. He wants to steal as many bases as possible. He wants to do situational hitting as much as possible. So he expects the young guys to step up to the challenge, and he expects a very successful season this year.
Walter last year 5-2 and 69 2/3 innings, a 2.33 ERA. And here is Matt Baker, right-handed hitter, lead things off for the Tigers. And we are ready to go here this afternoon. And the first pitch is high and tight, 1 ball and no strikes. The wind will be a factor today, and I think that'll be a factor in a lot of ways, and only what we'll see out on the diamond, but the scoring on how things will be scored today. We will see gusting winds up to 45 miles an hour. There's a line drive toward the shortstop. Pinsura knocks it down, throw to first in time, and there's one away. Here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium, it is 3-10 down the left field line. Of course, the Earlham Monster that kind of makes its way down to about 360 or so. Then it's 375 in the alleys, 390 in dead center, and 325 down the right field line. Ryan Probst, another right-handed hitter, will step in. 1 away here in the top of the first inning. We'll give you the defensive lineup here in a moment as well, as that fastball in there for a strike. 0-1 now to Probst. For the Quakers, Whistle behind the plate. Hatfield is at first, Mitchell at second. Some of these names are new. We'll talk about them as they come through the lineup here this afternoon. The 0-1 pitch on the way, popped him up. That'll be foul. And now no balls and 2 strikes. Pinsur is at short. Danny Dopp gets the start again down at third with McFadden, Shake, and Shondell from left to right in the outfield. And right now Shondell playing very shallow in right field. No balls and 2 strikes. Probst will step back in as Talcott's pitch on the way. Soft tap to the left side, picked up by the pitcher, and a low throw at first base. Hatfield unable to dig that one out on the throw by Walter Talcott. And so the Tigers will have a man on here in the first inning. And that'll bring up now Patrick Kenny.
Number 9, Patrick Kenny.
First game jitters. I think you expect some kind of a few misplays, especially in the first inning. So just as soon as the players get their get pregame jitters out, they'll go back to playing Earlham College baseball.
By the way, they're going to give Probst a single on that last play, and that'll bring up Patrick Kenny, left-handed hitter, and the pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, one other thing that'll be in consideration today, and I know these guys have been out here for quite a while with BP earlier today, is the grip of the baseball, how well you'll be able to grip that thing throughout the entire day, because now you don't get the luxury, as that one is fouled away, at least for a pitcher like Walter. You can't warm up your hand very well. You're not allowed to stick it, anywhere in the pockets or anything like that, so it's really stayed out in the elements this whole time. Now, you can take time off the mound and maybe blow into your hand a little bit, but I don't think that's going to help a whole lot here this afternoon. Is that throw to first not in time? 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 away here in the top of inning number 1. Only one of the game is scheduled today in the conference as Transylvania playing at Webster College. Swing and a miss, throw down to second base. That'll get through, and stolen base there by Ryan Probst. And Patrick Kenny now down on the count at 1-2. Earlham is scheduled to play again on Tuesday as Wittenberg will make the trip back. I think the idea is to try to get the other 2 games made up somewhere down the line. These non-conference games are very, very important to try to get some of the newer players an opportunity to get some at-bats and get ready for the conference season. The stretch and the 1-2 pitch on the way is low and inside, 2-2. Quakers are scheduled, I think it's around 24 games here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Just a couple of days ago, the entire field was covered with a couple of inches of snow. We were out here doing our show with Coach Sakasitz, and certainly this field has been great to this program. Breaking pitch hit into left field. Coming on to make the catch will be McFadden. Ball was starting to dive on its way to McFadden, but he makes the catch for out number 2. And that'll bring up now Jack Seifert, the cleanup hitter.
Well, we've seen starting off, Talcott has done a great job of getting ahead of the batters. And besides that one little hiccup that the Quakers had on defense, so far a strong start.
Well, he will tell you time and time again he does not want his pitchers. You got to win the count in order to win the at-bat, and this is a guy right here, Walter Talcott, that's been ingrained in him for now 4 years. Pitch on the way is inside 1-0. Walter's not a big guy. We've talked about that before, but he is what I guess you would consider a sneaky fastball. His breaking pitches are very, very good. I have no doubt about it. If he stays healthy this year, he could have another 10-win season like he did as a freshman. The stretch by Walter, not even looking back to second base. The pitch is inside 2-0. Seifert, one of the returning players for Wittenberg. This is a pretty good baseball team, though. You go back to last year, they were a team that's still trying to find themselves. They had a bunch of new players brought into their lineup. They only won 14 games. The Quakers took all 4 games in that opening series. The stretch And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball. We just talked about that a moment ago, how good his breaking pitches can be. And it's now 2 balls and a strike. Earlham will look to run again this year. Over 100 stolen bases again last year. They will routinely steal 100 plus when that's certainly a big part of the philosophy offensively for the Quakers is get out and run, put the pressure on the defense. That's a tapper. Talcott going to take it himself, get the unassisted out, and that is going to do it for Wittenberg. They will leave a man on. We will head to the bottom half of inning number 1. After half inning, Wittenberg, no score. Earlham coming to bat for the first time in the 2019 college baseball season.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Great to have you with us. The college baseball season is now upon us, and we're going to check out that schedule certainly as we go throughout the afternoon as well. And as we said, a lot of home games to witness here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. The Quakers will be going south. They'll be heading to Florida. Their schedule down there a little bit different than it has been in previous years, but it's always nice for them to go south and get a chance to play in some nice warm weather, and then they'll be back up here. But we'll get to that in a moment. I know why they aren't down in the south part of the country right now because of classes and such, and they usually take that time during spring break. But boy, it'd certainly be nice to be down there now, wouldn't it?
Especially the weather that we have right here,
The right-hander throwing today for Wittenberg, Tanner Griggs. Go back to his season last year. The right-hander was a freshman, went 1-5 on the year. He was second on the team in innings pitched at 48, a 5.44 ERA, and again a 1-5 record. So as a freshman, he got some valuable time 1 year ago. Brian Pinsur will lead things off for the Quakers. And, of course, we'll set that lineup for you coming up in a couple of moments defensively for Wittenberg. And the first pitch high and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Live scoring if you want to follow along on our, of course, GoEarlham.com, get a chance to keep up with the stats as the game transpires throughout the afternoon. There's a swing, that one partially tipped by Pinsura, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Brian last year had a pretty decent season for his, of course, first season, a .262 hitter. In the leadoff spot here, Mark Jandro, by the way, injured. He will not play for a while, so Quakers will have a little different look in their lineup on that infield. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Brian Pinsura. Boy, Robertson, we'll talk about him in a moment. What a year he had last year as that pitch is outside. He's one of those guys you love, and, of course, Brian as well, to get these guys on base and then watch the fireworks go, because you really have to be aware of how Earlham's going to run.
And that's an emphasis Coach Sakositz let me know, and the first time I talked to him, is that he wants to be very aggressive on the bases. He loves stealing bases. He wants to be tops in the country in stolen bases, and can only steal bases if you get the guys on. So
exactly right. That pitch on the inside corner gets Pinsura looking. That's a tough call right there against Brian.
Umpire favoring the strike zone on the inside part of the batter.
So there is one away, and here is Addison Robertson. Now, to give you an idea, last year he hit .357, a team best 51 hits. He had 10 doubles. That led the team. The 2 triples was a tie for others on the team, but 36 stolen bases led the team as well. And Robertson back in that familiar DH spot will take that first pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. When the Quakers won the HCAC championship a couple of years ago, you talk about a team then, that was maybe the best overall hitting team and one of the better teams that were just able to steal bases the way they did. There's a swing and a miss. And they're hoping, I don't know if they have the same type of, I would doubt it at this point. That may not be the case later in the year, but that team just, they had a team from 1 to 9. All those guys could hit the baseball. Ground ball to the shortstop. Probst. Throw to first in time. 2 away. And you go back to a year ago, I think the one thing that the pitching was there, but the hitting wasn't. And that's something, and especially when you look at those last 8 games, as Danny Doppel stepped to the plate, they were not used to not hitting. And I think they got frustrated down the stretch.
And another thing Coach Sacklershitz told me is a difference from this year and last year is he's having his guys run a lot more. He wants them in better shape. He told me that he felt like down the stretch last season his guys got tired, and he wants to avoid that this year by getting these guys in much better shape. And I think as a coach, if after a season last year of not hitting as well as the previous year, you're going to have to adjust as a team. If you don't have the hitting this year, you're going to have much better defense, and just you got to use what you got.
Danny, a 300 hitter last year, pulls this one down the left field line. That'll be a fair ball in the corner. And Dopp will head to second base. The throw on the way not in time, and a 2-out double by Danny Dopp. And the Quakers get their first hit of this 2019 season. So good job hitting there by Danny as he took a pitch inside. Carpenter playing in left field. We'll keep Dopp to the double. Here's Austin Hatfield. Now Hatfield is a new name to the Quaker family in baseball. Hatfield, a transfer out of Cuyahoga Community College, 6'3", 225. They're hoping he will provide some punch in the middle of that order. The stretch by Griggs and the pitch. Ground ball toward the shortstop between the legs of Danny Dopp. Throw to first in time, so Hatfield grounds out to end the inning. And that'll do it for the Quakers. They do pick up the base hit, the double by Danny Dopp, but we will head to the top of inning number 2 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. No score. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023. Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
A reminder, today's game being brought to you in part by Best Western Classic of Richmond. If you're visiting the Richmond area, make sure you check out the Best Western Classic. You get the most amenities available, including indoor pool, fitness center, conference space, free buffet breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and, of course, a clean, quiet, comfortable room. Best Western Classic of Richmond, 533 West Eaton Pike.
The second baseman.
Head of the second, it'll be Hayden Knox to lead things off. Knox, a left-handed hitter. It'll be Knox, Stacy, and Carpenter as we will go 5, 6, and 7 in the order. If you're just joining us here this afternoon against just a single game, it was scheduled for a doubleheader. In fact, we were to play 2 yesterday and 2 today. I think the rain kind of held off yesterday for a while, and then we got some rain later in the day, but they thought maybe the better thing to do is try to play 2 today, and then, of course, now with the cold, windy weather we have today, it'll hold it to just 1. So now the catcher, Whistle, got his equipment ready to go, and Knox will step up to face Walter Talcott for the first time here this afternoon. Outfield will play straight away as they generally do in the first pitch in there for a strike. You will very rarely see the Earlham outfield do shifting. Now they will play in and out, and the right fielder, Sean Dell, is about medium depth right now, but they will very rarely do any shifting in the outfield. That pitch in there for a strike. 0-2 now to Knox. Wind is blowing straight out, and in most normal days, this is a wide open area here at this stadium. Check swing, did he go? No. But you can find some days where we don't have a system coming through, and it's windy here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So today it's really accentuated, and we'll keep an eye, of course, with a left-handed hitter. You've got to love it here. It's 325 down the line, but that wind will shift toward right field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Long look this time by Talcott. Of course, a new catcher behind the plate and Whistle. They'll get their signals together, and Walter set to throw, and the pitch is low. And 2 balls, 2 strikes. Quakers last year, of course, you're looking at, we've had, speaking of Earlham, solid catchers over the last few years. Ian Bach, who was not a real good offensive player but a good defensive catcher, as that one's back up the middle for a base hit. So Knox will get the second base hit for the Tigers.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
And that'll bring up
Gabe Stacy.
Gabe Stacy, the designated hitter.
I think Cameron Whistle needs to be alert here. Wittenberg is obviously proven they're not afraid to steal. They're aggressive on the base pass. So if I'm Whistle, I have to kind of anticipate a steal coming in the next few pitches.
You know, and they're a team, too, that they were a 285, 284 hitting team last year, so they've proven they can hit the baseball as the DH Stacy will take that for a strike. If you're looking at a hit-and-run situation, want to certainly advance Knox to third, could be a good opportunity to do that right here.
May even try to lay down a bunt here.
Stacy back in the stretch by Talcott, and the breaking ball low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Of course, Wittenberg out of the North Coast Athletic Conference. Some very good baseball teams there as well. Last year, Franklin winning the HCAC, and they're favored to win it again this year. The stretch and the 1-1 pitch got a piece of it. And we'll go to 1-2. Earlham was picked 4th in the conference this year. They only lose a couple of seniors off last year's team.
4. Lost 4 seniors from last year's team.
And so you think that with all the returners, I think the 4th is probably a pretty decent pick. The 1-2 delivery on the way. Chopper to the third baseman. Dopp. Low throw dug out by Mitchell at second base to get the force. That's a great play by Mitchell.
Yeah, great scoop by Mitchell, because think about it. If that ball goes by him, you get to third base, possibly even score with how big this field is.
Yeah, that would have been huge. Of course, would have been backed up by Shondell in right field, but you're right. You at least had no worse then a first and third situation, and here is Carpenter, the left fielder.
And Mitchell, true freshman, his first experience, makes a nice play for the Quakers. What a way to start off your career.
So now Carpenter with a runner at first. The pitch on the way, runner takes off, throw down to second, and the tag not in time. Well, you just mentioned moments ago a stolen base opportunity. Maybe the personnel a little bit different, but nonetheless a stolen base by Gabe Stacy, and they have a runner in scoring position. That is their second stolen base now. The third base coach out to check to see if Stacy was okay. Brian Cox loves delays in baseball too, by the way. If Brian could have a 10-minute baseball game, he'd love it. He wants the same pay, but he doesn't want to stay very long. So now the Tigers have a runner in scoring position. The stretch again by Talcott. Second time now the Tigers have had a runner at second base, and a swing and a miss.
Well, with only one out, this is a good opportunity to see Quakers' situational defense and how much the offseason has helped them.
1 ball and 1 strike. Carpenter, the number 7 hitter in the lineup now for the Tigers. Talcott's next pitch on the way is inside, 2-1. By the way, if it's any good news, it looks like maybe the snow shower we had a little bit ago, it's mostly gone. Maybe a flurry here or two, so things are improving.
Not in the win category.
No,
though.
Not there yet. 2 balls and a strike. Stacy the lead at second base. The pitch on the way. Popped him up right field. Shondell going back on it. He played him shallow. Shondell struggles with it. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Stacy rounding third. Here's the play at the plate. No, and the Tigers lead it 1-0. We said wind would be a factor, and it was. So Carpenter will get credit for the triple. Third base hit now by the Tigers, and it is a 1-0 ball game. Kilfoyle will step in now. We said the scoring, you're going to have to look at it and see, boy, he really struggled with it. It didn't touch him. So that's going to be the third base hit now for the Tigers. And Kilfoyle steps up again from the left side. The pitch on the way, swung on and missed.
Now, that might not be ruled an error in the scorebooks, but I know the Earlham side is going to take that as an error. Fly balls, you work on it every day in practice. Just tough to see in the cloudy skies.
Well, I imagine that wind probably messed him up a lot. He thought that ball was not hit as well. Swing and a miss. But you're trying, again, he played a little bit shallow now. He's gone deeper, speaking of Shondell. He's moved back a couple of steps in right field, so he's going to play this a little differently now. Kilfoyle, the right fielder, stepping in from the left side, runner at third. The stretch and the 0-2 pitch got him looking. That is the first strikeout of the season now for Walter Talcott, and there's 2 away.
But it was a great way to respond by the Quakers. You know, you give up a mistake, which causes a run for Wittenberg, and then 1 out, man on third base, opportunity for Wittenberg to get 2 runs in. You get a strikeout. No better way to respond by Talcott.
Here's David Hamrick out of Greene, Ohio, a sophomore, the number 9 hitter. Boy, they'd love to get this last guy in, check swing foul. It may be one of those days where runs will be at a premium because you just don't, with the conditions the way they are today, you may win this game 1-0 or 2-1, so they know that runner Carpenter down at third could be a big one, and they'd love to get him in right here. Outfield again straight away. The pitch, low and outside, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. We mentioned we're back here maybe Tuesday. I think it's supposed to be cold again all week long. But I'm sure that if we do get it in, it is a 6:30 start time. Breaking ball is low, 2 balls and a strike. Now, if it's in the 30s throughout the day, that temperature at nighttime could be a little bit different.
That's why I'm happy I'm up here and not down there.
Tell you what, you're really thankful for a nice warm press box on a day like today. 2 balls and a strike. Carpenter the lead down at third. The stretch again by Talcott. And the pitch on the way, hit foul. Now, I was noticing the netting on the two sides. If you watch it, everyone, how far that the wind will extend that netting. Now, if a foul ball is hit toward the dugout area and that netting comes out at the same time the ball comes down and the ball could be catchable, does it matter? Is that going to be a ball in play or is that going to be a foul ball? Because normally the netting stays right even with, there it's hit foul, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So normally it stays even with the dugout. And the top of the dugout is in play, but if the netting comes over like it is right now, as you can see it, the fans can't see it, what's the call?
Well, I think if it hits the net, probably going to rule it off. Interference with the net, so.
Do you mind if I be an antagonist here? But I would say, wait a minute, I had every right to catch that ball. That one's hit toward the third baseman, Danny Dopp. We'll get back to that argument in a moment. Hamrick is the final out here in the top of the second inning, but the Tigers get on the board. We will head to the bottom of the second inning on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Wittenberg on top of Earlham 1-0. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond. After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
A reminder, today's game is being brought to you in part by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub with artificial flavors or colors. Only $3.50. Every Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken. Or Wednesday, the turkey breast. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. Isaiah Shake, Andrew McFadden, and Robbie Shondell will lead things off here in the bottom of inning number 2. Isaiah, a veteran on this Earlham baseball team, getting the start today in center field. That was certainly a position last year where the Quakers had Kendall Baker as the pitches in there for strike. Kendall also played some right field as well. In fact, he was a guy you could move all around. But now the center field position belonging to Isaiah Shake. Chopper left side foul. And he's quickly down to no balls and 2 strikes. We look at the numbers in this lineup. Pinsur, Robertson, Dopp, Shake, McFadden. There are 5 guys that have been around this program for the last few years and know what to expect from their head coach. And Steve Sakasitz, his staff has done a great job bringing in some very good players. That pitch is low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I think it's what makes it exciting year after year if you're an Earlham fan, is that it is now expected they're going to win 23, 24 games every year. That one's back up the middle, base hit. So Isaiah Shake will get the Quakers their second base hit. And that'll bring up Andrew McFadden. And McFadden starting in left field.
The left fielder.
Well, that gust of wind. I was watching the field umpire, and he could barely stand up.
Gotta hold your hats out there.
Boy. So we mentioned those gusts of wind. They were telling us in the forecast earlier today, you're talking about upwards of 45, maybe 50 miles an hour. Shake back to first. Quakers still looking for their first run of the 2019 season. Stretch again by Griggs, and the pitch. Breaking ball stayed inside. You know, as a pitcher, you're probably having a difficult time just trying to grip that baseball if you're a pitcher that relies a lot on breaking pitches, how you can get that ball to spin the way you want it to, knowing the wind is coming from the left side. That'll be tapped to the first baseman, Seifert. They will get, nope, they will not. Shake will be safe at second base. That'll be an error, I do believe, on the first baseman, Seifert, on the throw. So now the Quakers will have runners at first and second and no outs here in this bottom half of inning number 2.
And this is what Coach Sakosich brought up earlier about situational hitting. When you can get players on base, you have to have batters that can bring them in. And this is a good opportunity for them not only to tie the game up, but to also take the lead.
You know, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of these newer players. Here is one of those guys, the right fielder. This is Robbie Shondell, freshman out of Newport, Kentucky. Got the start today in right field. He likes his freshman class, and there's a swing and a miss. You know, this is relatively, from an experience standpoint, the Quakers have, I think, a lot of playing experience, but they got a lot of youngsters, too, guys that from a class standpoint, I think they'll have, what did you say, how many seniors they lost last year? Were 4.
Mm-hmm.
They only have 2, right?
Yeah, only 2 seniors this year.
So when you look at that, that's something they're not used to having, is just 2 seniors.
But then you also have to rely on the juniors as well to help the younger class fellas get the experience quickly and get the college game adjusted. But then you also look forward to the future, that this team for the next few years can be very good.
So they have a ton of freshmen that are going to get a chance to play this year. Pitches outside. And one thing about it, again, as I said a little bit ago, you're happy with this program because what he has put in. Coach Sackis sits for 9 seasons, and when you win a championship, you go to the NCAA tournament, you beat the number 1 seed in the first round. And I know last year they were disappointed mainly because of the last 8 games.
Yeah.
Because they were playing, I think, really good baseball for a team. It was really down to pitching, but then they just couldn't hit the baseball down the stretch. That one's going to be looped into left center field. It's going to dive, and the make the catch is Baker in left center field. Great play by Baker. That will save a run right there, because if that gets by him, that potentially rolls into the alley.
That not just saves 1 run, but that saves 2.
I wasn't sure he was going to even get to that one.
Me either.
But that's a huge play, and right now that's the play of the game if you're the Tigers.
Number 42.
Here's Jackson Mitchell. Well, he got a great jump.
He got a beautiful jump on that ball. Because you said it right. If he misses that, that's 2 runs right there.
Yeah, they would have been, of course, now if you're rounding second, heading to third, that wind might have slowed you up a little bit.
True.
It's blowing that hard at times. Mitchell steps in. The second baseman, grounder toward the shortstop. Probst, he'll get 1 there. The throw to first in time. That'll be a 6-4-3 double play, and that'll do it for the Quakers. Of course, now Coach Sakosich will come out and get an explanation on that one, but the Quakers will leave 2 runners on as we will move now to the third on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. It is Wittenberg 1, Earlham nothing. This is Quakers Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sport.
I got this.
I got this. I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Well, a huge double play. In fact, they had two, speaking of Wittenberg, huge defensive plays to end that inning, and only what Baker did in center field. And I know if you're a Quaker fan, you thought maybe the runner was safe at first. Bang, bang play, but give Wittenberg credit. They were able to stop the Quakers there in the inning.
Exactly, and going back to what Coach Sackles had said about taking advantage of opportunities, being able to get base runners in when they get on base. You got first and second with nobody out. That's just a situation to where you really want to get runs in, and to have great play by Wittenberg in center field, but then to hit into a double play is just the last thing you would want as a Quaker fan.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of last year, especially down the stretch, because that's where the Quakers just were not able to generate runs. All right, here we go on the third. It'll be Baker, Probst, and Kenny. Baker 0 for 1. Walter Talcott ready for his third inning of work, and the fastball as he loses his hat in there for a strike. Now, Walter, a little different look. Now, you may remember
his hat blew all the way back to center field.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're talking about the shortstop. Yep. Yeah, Brian lost his hat and retrieved by Isaiah Shake. I was mentioning that a little different look for Walter. He came in, he had really long hair.
Oh, really?
Oh, my gosh. And his hat would always come off when he was throwing.
Oh, I can see by the picture behind us.
Yeah, yeah. That one is hit into left center field. Coming over is McFadden. He will not get to it. That'll fall in as the center fielder Shake loses his hat. Sliding in for the double is Matt Baker. And that'll be the fourth hit of the ball game now for the Tigers. Telling you what, right now, this is going to be an adventure all day long on any ball that's hit in the outfield. That is the second extra base hit now by the Tigers. And here is Ryan Probst.
I mean, because as an outfielder, it's very hard to just play the ball regularly, but then trying to adjust to the wind while the ball's in the air, that is so hard to do. And clearly, from what we are seeing, it's very hard for the players to do as well.
Well, you think it about is Probst will step up. Pitches in there for a strike. You also have to consider it's not even just a steady wind. It's a gust that certainly, as the ball's in the air, could make a significant change in its flight. So now the Tigers threatening to score here in the top of the third inning. 1 run, 4 hits, and an error on the board for Wittenberg as time is called here by Ryan Probst, the shortstop, who, by the way, his first time up got that infield base hit. Second time around against Talcott, though they have seen Talcott over the last 3 years in all the series that he's been available. Pitches up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. A few fans here to brave the cold, and one of these days, I know it seems like it's a long way away, we'll step out here, the sun will be out, it'll be 75 degrees, and we'll really appreciate those days. Here's the pitch on the way. It's low.
When's the last time we saw that day?
Well, let's see here. August, September, back in maybe October.
Yeah, about
early October.
Yeah.
2 balls and a strike now to Probst.
Dedicated parents out here.
Boy.
No matter what kind of weather, want to see their kids play.
The stretch and the 2-1 pitch. There's another breaking ball. That is what you call a really good pitch by Walter Talcott. Has that bite right at the very end. 2 balls, 2 strikes. By the way, this young man to my right will be doing the middle 3 innings here this afternoon. Ground ball, that will be a foul ball. Boy, that one fouled by much.
That was very close.
That was, I don't know.
I don't know either. I know this is times in college baseball they wish they have instant replay.
Well, it is. It's a game of inches. I always defend those guys behind the plate because they got a tough job. I know.
Yes, they do.
I know somebody in the box who just hates all umpires. Fake news. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Time called. This might be a time called because of the gust of wind right there. That had nothing to do with something in his eye, but he stepped out because you could hear the wind on our crowd mic.
Yeah. And you can only imagine what it's like out there.
Yeah. We got to go back to my debate a little bit ago since we have no outs. Here's the stretch because this may come into play. That's hit foul. I have never seen, since we've been here, the netting come up over the dugout the way it is. Now, on the left side, it's really out now. Okay?
Yeah.
If a ball comes straight down where naturally it would be, the front of the dugout is in play. Why would that be a foul ball if I had a chance to catch it? But the netting interfered with me.
Because I can tell you the umpires will rule it interference because
but then so if it's interference, I get the base?
No, they'll just
rule
it a foul ball.
But that's not natural.
Well, why would you get the base if it was in foul ball territory?
But you just called it interference. If that's interference, I get the base.
Interference from making the out, though.
Yeah, but should I get the benefit of the call as the hitter?
You just get the re-pitch.
3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch that got him. That's a hit batsman for Probst. So now runners at first and second. All right, I'm not sure that I agree with you, but we'll agree to disagree because that is not a natural thing in that netting.
Nope, and hopefully they don't experience that too much this season, but I'm kind of intrigued, and hopefully a batter can hit a foul ball in this situation so we could just see.
I want to see it,
I want to
see if they call. It'd be that rule at the end of the rule book where it says, I'm going to call what I want to call type thing.
Exactly.
Here is Patrick Kenny now. Runners at first and second, no outs. And the Tigers trying to build on a 1-0 lead, and the pitch is high, 1-0.
But, hey, maybe with the weather outside, the umps might rule in your favor just so we can get the game along.
He's out. No matter what, he's out.
Exactly.
Kenny, by the way, lined out his first time up 0 for 1 this afternoon. Baker's at second, Probst at first. Outfield again, pretty much straight away, but much deeper in right field as Shondell against a left-handed hitter is backed up a couple of steps. The stretch, the pitch on the way, and that's low and inside, 2-0. You know, the reason we bring up things like what we bring up is baseball is a thinking man's game.
Yep.
We know if somebody in this box doesn't think a whole lot, so we try to help him as much as we can. He's always complaining about something, so 2-0.
No fun.
No, he's never been any fun. The pitch up high, 3-0. Well, now we're seeing the senior Talcott. First time this afternoon, he's at a 3-ball count. Walter stepping off the pitching rubber course. The only dirt part of this entire field is right there in front of him on the mound. Should be in good shape, though. They've had it covered. Here's the stretch again, and the 3-0 pitch on the way, and he walked him. Well, you know one thing we've learned about, though, there will be a visit to the mound. One thing we have learned about Coach Sakasitz and his staff, they can be very patient with a pitcher, but they also know that once in a while you got to go out and kind of calm him down a little bit.
And this is a big moment in the game. 0 outs, bases loaded, and then Wittenberg has the cleanup hitter, 6'5", first baseman.
Yeah, big guy.
Yeah, big guy. And he's the last guy I'd want to face in this type of situation with his size and power. But you said it right, Coach Dakota, just go down, calm down the senior. I mean, he's been in so many situations. He knows how to get himself out of it. But once again, you always just want to hear that vote of confidence from the coach.
You're in a situation now where, too, you don't want to make a mistake, leave a ball out over the plate against a guy like Seaford. So you have to be a little more fine, and sometimes that's tough on pitchers, too.
And it's also tough, especially after you've just given up a walk, a couple of hits. You start to think, you start to question yourself a little bit and start to get in your head. You might try to force a few pitches in there, and just like you said, if you try to force a pitch, you'll end up leaving it somewhere, and Seaford will have a grand slam.
Well, Seaford grounded back to Talcott his first time up. But now the first time today, bases are loaded for Walter. That pitch hit well by the third baseman. Dopp into left field. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score, and it's 3-0. So Wittenberg able to get the huge base hit by Seaford. It looked like it was a pitch. It was on the inside corner. And Danny unable to handle that down at third base.
Number 16, Hayden.
So now runners at first and second. Seaford able to drive in the 2 runs. And that'll bring up Hayden Knox, a single to center his first time up. So let's see how Walter will respond right here. Still no outs. Boy, and these can really turn into big innings as Knox will take that for a strike.
And I think that goes back to last inning, Earlham, 2 runners on, no outs, and not being able to capitalize off that, because it doesn't matter how great your pitching is. Eventually a team is going to figure a pitcher out and start getting a little base hits here and there that add up to runs. So Earlham has to do something on the offensive side of the ball.
Pitch is on the way, hit foul. Good cut by Knox. He had a 2-2 count his first time up when he ended up getting the base hit. And that's the other thing when you look at the Quakers, and their philosophy is not to give up huge innings. And we're talking about if you're going 3, 4, 5 runs, those are big innings. So we'll see if Walter can get out of this one. That pitch is outside. And, you know, we looked at Wittenberg, too, and you go back to a year ago, this is a team that actually hit well. Now, their pitching was suspect, but they hit .285 as a team. We saw them last year. They could put some runs on the board. They were just hoping at some point to get pitching that just never really materialized throughout the year. The stretch and the 1-2 pitch on the way is low. Well, so far for Walter, he's given up just the 1 walk. He's given up 5 base hits and a hit batsman as well.
I think that wind could be playing a big factor in his pitching today.
Well, he certainly, and again, you're right. I just don't think there's any doubt about that as he's set to throw the 2-2 pitch. This is a slow roller to the first baseman, Hatfield. His only play will be at first. So now runners at second and third. There's your first out. And I think if you're looking at the way that Walter is throwing the baseball, you know, pitchers aren't counting on a gust of wind 40 miles an hour if you're trying to throw a breaking pitch, and so you got to adjust and where that ball's going to be located.
And even when you throw your fastball, the wind might just push it a few inches to the side, and baseball is also a game of inches, and that can make the difference between a ball and a strike.
I'm glad you said that. I've had other people tell me that when I say it's a game of inches, they always mock me and stuff. That pitch in there for a strike, Stacy, fielder's choice, his first time up. No balls and 1 strike. Stacy ended up scoring the first run of the ball game in the second inning. Kenny's at third, Seifert down at second. It was the Seifert base hit that scored the 2 runs, and he just hit Stacy on the hand, and that's got to hurt. Got him on the wrist, apparently, because that is one that's going to sting for a while. Second hit batsman in the inning now by Walter Talcott.
Now batting the left fielder.
Here's Carpenter.
Number 35, Gabe Carpenter.
And getting hit by a pitch, it'll always hurt, but in this type of weather, it's cold outside, it just adds on to the pain.
Carpenter tripled, back in the second inning. And they're still checking out Stacy down at first, and if that catches him right on that bone area in the wrist on a cold day like today, Brian says toughen up. That's right, another delay. See, he's concerned about his hours. The guy's out there hurting, and Brian's got the old Seinfeld attitude. It's all about me. Well, hopefully he's going to be okay. Guys can certainly get hurt pretty severely on that wrist.
Oh, yeah. I mean, imagine
your
wrist bone getting hit by 80-mile-an-hour fastball.
What did Dr. Cox call it? Hamate bone? Here is Carpenter. So this inning still alive for the Tigers as the Quakers trail it 3-0. Walter trying to work out of no one throwing in the bullpen yet. Popped him up. Shallow center. Shake coming in, and he'll have to battle the elements as well. The runner at third will tag. Here's the throw to the plate, not in time, and it's 4-0. By the way, 2 hats have gone all the way to the warning track. Shake and Shondell both having to retrieve their hats.
It'd be a time like this, I'd wish we didn't have to wear hats in the infield. I'd go out without a hat.
That's right. By the way, Carpenter getting credit for the sacrifice fly. He'll drive in a run. So 3 runs in the inning, and that'll bring up now Bryce Kilfoyle. So now this has been deemed a big inning, 3 and plus. And 1 more to go here for Walter, 2 away. Now in the top of the 3rd inning, another left-handed hitter will step in. Walter checks the runner at second. The hitter, I think, wanted time right there. He didn't get it. He pops it up. Walter loses his hat. Ball in foul territory, and boy, reaching back to make the catch will be Hatfield to end the half inning. But that was an adventure as well. But for the Tigers, 3 runs in the inning. We will head to the bottom of inning number 3. And the Tigers on top of this one, 4-0. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
Little Sheba's Restaurant and Zini's Place. Come join us in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue or at our newest location in Centerville at 129 East Main Street. Grab one of our gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, plus more in our smoke-free environment. 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home.
Ready to head to the bottom of the 3rd inning back here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. It has been a interesting game to this point, just from the standpoint of the Quakers trying to get out of that inning, and hats blowing everywhere. Balls that are falling in for base hits, which we kind of figured would be the case, and so now the Quakers will bring Cameron Whistle to the plate, and the pitch is outside.
For your Quakers, the catcher, number 36. Cameron Whistle.
A good public address announcer would have had that name in before he got to the plate. Pitch is on the way. It's in there for a strike.
I would second argue.
Whistle, Pinsura, and Robertson. You know, we rely on those guys a lot to be accurate and be on time.
Yeah.
Breaking pitch is low, 2-1. You'll find out Tuesday when you get to do that majority of that game, and he won't leave you alone. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch hit foul. Good cut there by Whistle.
Yeah, I guess we'll have a public argument then.
Yeah, that's right. The good news is you will always have the last say because I can guarantee more are listening to you than they are him. I know. Whistle, by the way, out of Mason, Ohio, redshirt freshman. He transferred out of Coker College. Brings experience to the team as that's hit to the shortstop. The low throw dug out by Seifert. And there's one away. That'll bring up Pinsura.
Well, let's see if the second time around for the Quaker hitters, they've gotten used to the way Griggs likes to pitch. Let's see if they can take advantage of bad pitches or they can just get some situational hitting. Quakers have to realize that they won't get the lead back in just one at-bat. You got to take it one bat at a time.
Well, Pinsura struck out looking his first time up. Takes a breaking pitch in there for a strike. So on a day like today, oh my.
Brian Pinsura.
Must be a new thing. Wait till the guy comes up and takes a pitch, and then you announce him. Pitches. 1 ball and 1 strike. You know, you think of all the people Earlham could hire, they could find somebody a little more qualified. Here's the wind by Griggs and the 1-1 pitch. Check swing, and he goes around. Good thing they don't let him run the video board and stuff, too.
Right?
Pinsura, they'd have Robertson's picture up there. Time called by Pinsura. You suffer for your work, I know that.
I suffer for my soup.
That's right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch on the way is outside 2-2. You know, the other thing about that, if the Quakers get all of their home games in, let's say it's another 23-24, that's another 23-24 up here with him.
I know, right?
Looking forward to that. Here's the break-even pitch on the way. Got him looking. Second time Pinsura struck out looking. Boy, and you got to have your leadoff hitter on base. So that'll bring up Addison Robertson, 0 for 1.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 31, Addison.
Well, so far, give Griggs credit. He has pitched well, only giving up the 2 base hits, the one to Danny Dopp and the other to Isaiah Shake, a double and a single. And other than that, the Quakers' bats have been quiet here this afternoon. Griggs will get the sign from Kenny, the pitch in there for strike. One other thing about Griggs, he too has been ahead of the hitters for most of the day. He struggled a little bit against Pinsura early. Other than that, he hasn't thrown a whole lot of pitches. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball stays up high. Quakers just the 2 base hits so far, just 1 runner in scoring position. Take that back 2 in the first 2 innings. There's a breaking ball that's outside, 2 balls and a strike. Center fielder Baker now moving back over. In fact, he is pretty much straight away. He was shaded a little bit toward right field, and time will be called. The 2-1 pitch on the way. That one may have caught a piece of the umpires. That's hit foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That'll ring your bell, too.
And not in a good way.
Feels like somebody just punches you right in the face.
I don't know. A ball falling down, that might hurt more.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Got him. A 1-2-3 inning for Griggs and the Tigers. We will head to the fourth. Gerard will have the call coming up in just a couple of moments. Stay right there on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Wittenberg 4, Earlham nothing. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads daily. They serve great food priced for family budgets. And whether it's one of their homemade grinders, salads, or pizza, there's sure to be something for everyone in your family. Our baking process may cost a little more and take more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1161 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com. New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of this serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
Welcome back to Randall R. Sadler Stadium, Earlham College men's baseball. Wittenberg finds themselves up 4-0 in the top of the fourth inning. Number 10, David Hamrick, steps to the plate and pops one up to the shortstop. Gets a good jump on the ball. Quick out for the Quakers. Play made by shortstop Pensura.
Now batting.
Quick out.
Fielder, number 7.
Now number 7, Matt Baker will step to the plate for his third time in today's game. Baker is 1 of 2 for the game. Baker gets a ball, 1-0. Talcott missed on the outside with that pitch. Talcott winds up. And Baker singles to left field. Another base hit by Baker. That'll be his second hit of the day. Now number 2, Ryan Probst. Shortstop.
Ryan Probst.
Wittenberg, 6 hits on the day, 4 runs, 1 error. Wittenberg doing a very good job of getting guys on base and scoring. Wittenberg does have 2 stolen bases in today's game. And 1-0 for Probst. And if I'm catcher Cameron Whistle, I'm expecting another attempt of a stolen base by Baker. Talcott winds up, 1-0 count for Probst. Gets the ball in play, hits it in the gap, left center. That should bring in Baker for another run. Probst will get a double, and he will take third off a bad throw from center fielder. So a double hit by Probst, but he gets to third base off an error throw from center fielder. Number 33, Isaiah Shake. So 5-0. Wittenberg leads Earlham. And number 9, Patrick Kinney, will step to the plate for Wittenberg with only 1 out and Probst on third base. And right now the Quakers struggling on both sides of the ball. Wittenberg doing a very good job of placing the ball in gaps and in spots the Quakers can't get it. Foul ball by Kenny, so 0-1 count. Now, there is somebody warming up in the bullpen for the Quakers, and I think that's number 9, Jordan Christian. And Kenny hits a soft grounder right back to Talcott, throws it first. Probst does take home on the play, so Probst will score to make the lead 6-0 for the Tigers. Good heads-up play by Probst right there. He waited for Talcott to loft it to first base, and then he took off, and number 17, Hatefield, was not able to get the throw there in time, so Probst gets the score. And number 41, Jack Seifert, will step up to the plate. In his last at-bat, he ended up driving in 2 runs off a single to left field. Umpires talking with each other real quick. I'm not sure what's going on. Do you know, Troy?
Well, I'm not sure why Coach Sack came out and said something to the home plate umpire, and again, I don't know what the explanation is or what the discussion would have been, other than maybe it was something at first base that prevented the first baseman, Hatfield, from making a clean throw to home, but I didn't see anything like that, so who knows?
It's just that kind of day for the Quakers, huh?
It is so far, and things aren't looking good. As you said, Jordan Christian, one of the veterans in the bullpen, may see the last of Talcott.
And I'm sure for Talcott, definitely not the way you want to start your senior year off.
Well, and again, you don't use – there's no excuses, but there are factors in this one,
Yeah.
and Walter may be one of those guys. He didn't like throwing the cold weather. It's not that it's anything unfamiliar to him because he's done it before, but – as we said earlier, this is a team that's got to learn how to hit again. They've got to learn how to get out there and steal bases the way they did a couple of years ago, and it's not going to happen overnight.
Nope.
And I think this is a pretty decent Wittenberg team from a hitting standpoint, and they've got good pitching from Griggs.
And so far, the Quakers haven't done a good job on the offensive side of the ball when they've had opportunities to get runs in. Wasn't able to capitalize. Their defense has struggled with playing the ball with the wind. And Wittenberg has just done a good job today of taking advantage when they got runners in scoring position. A 1-1 count for Seifert, and he fouls it off behind the plate, so it'll be a 1-2 count.
You know, and I know both teams are playing in the same conditions,
Yeah.
but it's back now to who takes advantage of what opportunities have been provided for you.
Yep.
And right now, it's been Wittenberg doing
Wittenberg
it.
is taking full advantage of opportunities presented to them by the Quakers. 1-2 count for Seifert. Talcott with the pitch. Tries the breaking ball off the mark. So it'll be a 2-2 count. 2 outs. Wittenberg up 6-0 with 7 hits in the game. And that's also another good thing, another good part of the game Wittenberg has done a good job of. They're getting hits and scoring runs with them. Instead of having 7 hits and just 2 runs, they got 6 runs off of it.
Yeah, their percentage of certainly getting runners in, hitting with runners on base has been really good today.
So ball 3 from Talcott, so a full count.
And I'm talking about guys in scoring position.
Yes. And when they had bases loaded with no outs, it wasn't a double play by Wittenberg. They got 2 runs in from Seifert. Seifert hits it to the left side, but it will be a foul ball. Just missed the line. So still a full count, 3-2.
And that was on a rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, this ballpark isn't really big down the lines. You're looking at just 310, but you're generally going to get a double out of a hit like that. Very rarely a triple, but he's a big fellow. That would have been a double easily.
And Seifert with the shot to left field. Another single by Seifert, and that'll be his second hit of today's game.
Well, he certainly was on top of that one. And right now, Walter giving up 8 hits. He's not fooling very many people here in this inning. and the last inning as well. He's just his stuff isn't there right now, not normally like you would see it.
And I think sometimes as a pitcher, you could tend to maybe not lose confidence in yourself, but when you're not really getting a lot of production from the offensive end, it doesn't really give you much energy to go back out and try to pitch. But then you also put more pressure on yourself because you want to hold the score of where it is and try to just keep the offense in a close battle right now.
And there are days it just isn't there.
Exactly.
And this may be one of those.
And number 16, Hayden Knox at the plate. And he gets 2 quick strikes, swing and a miss. So 0-2, Seifert on first base.
Well, the best thing about a day like today is there's still a lot of baseball to be played, but number 2, you have a lot of games to still come up.
Yes.
And so you never measure your team by just one game out of the gate.
No. And strikeout from Talcott on Hayden Knox to end the inning. Wittenberg gets 2 runs in the top of the 4th, 6-0. And on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, we will be right back for the bottom of the 4th.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
The Purdue Polytechnic Institute in Richmond is part of a statewide network that offers the same technology degrees available in West Lafayette. The benefit of earning your degree at the Richmond location is that the campus is small enough to provide you with dedicated one-to-one attention while you earn your degree from Purdue University. Purdue Polytechnic of Richmond. Give them a call at 973-8228 or go to their website for more information at polytechnic.purdue.edu.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
Welcome back to the Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Third baseman Danny Dopp at the plate. And ball, sorry about that. Umpire actually called a strike. We looked outside right there. Good breaking ball by Griggs.
Game of inches, that's right.
Good breaking ball by Griggs right there. 0-1 count for Dopp. Goes back to the breaking ball. Dopp swings and misses, so a quick 0-2 count for Dopp. Griggs has really controlled the plate in this game so far. Earlham has not been able to figure out his pitches and have struggled trying to get hits off Griggs. He's only allowed 2 hits this game. And Dopp puts it in play to the shortstop. And good play by number 7, Matt Baker. Gets the throws him out. Number 41, Seifert with a nice grab. So quick out from Earlham. Next up at bat will be first baseman, number 17, Austin Hatfield.
Number 17, Austin Hatfield.
Now, he's one of the newcomers that the Quakers are hoping, again, providing them with a little bit of experience playing in community college baseball last year. Tell you what, Griggs really
quick strike by Griggs, 0-1 count for Hatfield, and you said it right, Troy. Griggs has just really commanded the strike zone today, and with that type of pitching and the way Wittenberg is hitting, that's a tough strategy to beat right there.
You know, his numbers last year, when you look at it overall, he threw 48 innings as a freshman. His strikeout per 9 innings was 9.19.
Wow.
So it isn't like he wasn't a pretty good pitcher a year ago, just didn't have much offensive support. Apparently, you hear another gust of wind, but, I mean, he really wasn't bad as a freshman. In at 10 starts in the 48 innings, got a lot of experience.
And I think you see the recipe today of what it's like when he does have offensive support. Another ball by Griggs, so it'll be a 2-1 count for Hatfield. See if Hatfield can get on base and maybe get some kind of momentum going for the Quakers.
Well, you saw Griggs a moment ago. He's throwing that breaking pitch.
On the breaking pitch.
He's throwing it with command. He's throwing it around the plate.
And putting the ball in tough spots for the hitters that when they do put it in play, it's just easy grounders for his infield. Fastball to Hayfield. He pops it to right field.
It's going to be tough.
But it does drop. So a single for Hatfield. Single for Hatfield. Drops it in between the right fielder and the second baseman to where neither of them could get it. So a base hit for Hatfield, and let's see if the Quakers can get a little offensive momentum going.
Yeah, a little tweener that time.
Yeah.
And boy, and as an outfielder, you're really not sure where you're going to play on a ball hit like that. You're trying to play it deep in case it's hit deep.
With Hatfield being the fourth hitter, with the cleanup hitter, you always play deep. You expect power, and so you're not really anticipating just a short pop fly. And at the plate is number 33, Isaiah Shake for the Quakers, and it is a 1-0 count. Hatfield with a slight lead off of first base. Griggs doesn't pay attention. Foul ball by Shake, 1-1. With the single by Hatfield, that is their third hit of the game. And let's see if Shake can move him over. We don't want to get into a double play right now. Strike two. And the umpire has really stayed consistent with that inside call today.
So, in other words, you better come up there ready to swing the
yes.
bat. If you're going to stand there, we saw Pensura strike out twice, looking.
And I will say a thing about the umpire. He stayed consistent with the inside pitch. Usually you see umpires strike three, and Griggs picks up another strikeout. Shake goes down looking, and I think in this point in the situation, you really can't afford to go down looking when you're down 6.
Yeah, you need runs, you need base runners.
Exactly,
you got to
swing. And Andrew McFadden will step up to the plate for the Quakers. 2 outs. Hatfield on first base. And the Quakers just haven't been able to get any type of hits off of Griggs. Ball 1 for Griggs. So 1-0 count. And I also think as a defense for Wittenberg, you don't have to worry. Hartfield doesn't seem like a guy who's going to steal a lot of bases this season.
Quakers right now hitting it just .214 today. Runners on base 0 for 5.
Strike 1, and Griggs is really going back to that inside. And can you blame him? The way the umpire is called, I'd stay on the inside all game too.
Also give you an idea with runners in scoring position. The Quakers have had just 3. They are 0 for 3, 1 for 3 with it being 2 outs. So in clutch hitting, they're not getting the job done.
So ball by Griggs, a 2-1 count for McFadden. Hatfield still on first base off his single to right field. Pitch by Griggs. Good shot from McFadden. Back up the middle. It gets by second baseman. Number 16 knocks. So a single from McFadden. Hatfield moves to second base. So runners on first and second base. And number 25, Robbie Shondell. Shondell?
Yeah.
Shondell goes to the plate.
Now they're going to check out, though, the pitcher, Tanner
Griggs.
Right there? I don't think so, but he did go down. I don't know if he's probably telling the coach he's okay. They just want to make sure he didn't get hit by that pitch, but I don't think he did.
Maybe he slipped or something. I didn't see it.
They'll let him throw a couple of warm-up tosses. He got out of the way, but he did go down on the mound. They'll just make sure he's okay.
And I tell you, Troy, I think it'd be very big for the Quakers if they can get a run in this inning. If they can somehow get a nice base hit and sneak a run in this inning.
Yeah, you got to get something out.
You got to build some kind of momentum.
Runner in scoring position. By the way, Griggs today 4 strikeouts. in the 4 innings he has thrown, so they want to make sure he is okay. No activity in their bullpen either.
So Shondell at the plate. Ball 1, so 1-0 count. Runners on first and second.
Jordan Christian, by the way, has sat down. He's probably going to be in for Talcott in the next half inning.
Or do you think Coach Sakositz is going to let Talcott go one more?
I don't think he's. I think he's done for the day.
Ball 2, 2-0 count for Shondell. And maybe this is a glimpse of the Quakers starting to figure out Griggs' pitching a little bit. Got a couple of base hits off of him.
Well, let's hope so. This is the third time you've had runners in scoring position.
And what did you just say a few minutes ago? 0 for 3?
0 for 3. And that's not a lot. I mean, you just 3 guys. And so, again, but we're still early. I mean, you're talking about bottom of the 4th inning, but
yep,
they've had 9, by the way.
Griggs steps up. Strike 1, so 2-1 count for Shondell. And Griggs still doing a very good job. This is, I think, one of the rare times we've seen a batter get ahead of Griggs in today's ball game. And a swing, and it actually hit Shondell, but when you swing at the ball, you don't get the base. So a 2-2 count, and Griggs, another good job of battling back in the count.
and Griggs comes back inside right off the hands of a right-handed hitter. That's a tough one to come around and try to control, and that ball comes inside like that.
Ball 3, so a full count, 2 outs, and as soon as Griggs winds up for the pitch, both runners will take off running. And this is a big pitch for the Quakers.
Anything close.
Man, anything close, you hack at it. Both runners take off. Griggs, foul tip by Shondell, but if he'd have got that ball down, both runners would have scored in the right field.
Yeah, that was hit sharply down the right field line, and you're right, both runners would have scored.
But a great job by Shondell to protect the plate, though. So still a full count. Both runners will take off as soon as Griggs winds up to throw.
Whatever you do, just at least get this ball in play.
Yes, and anything can happen after that. And Shondell does get it in play. It goes to second baseman. Missed throw by shortstop Probst, and that will bring in the runner Hatfield. And just like you said, Troy, just put it in play and anything can happen right there.
Well, the shortstop Probst made a pretty decent play, and he tried to backhand it to the second baseman Knox,
but wasn't able to get it to Knox, and it went by Knox, which allowed Hatfield the trip from third base to home. So, and that moved number 16 McFadden to third base, and Shondell is on first base. Freshman Jackson Mitchell to the plate, and if you think about it, if you can get McFadden in from third base, you're down 4 going into the 5th inning, but you got a little momentum carrying in.
Something positive going, and of course that play at third was a close play, so the Quakers were able to get that runner to third.
Strike 1, so 0-1 count for Mitchell. And if you're Coach Sakositz, do you try to send Shondell and see if you can maybe get McFadden in on the steal?
You know what? I haven't seen Shondell run yet. I'm not sure what type of a base runner he is, but you're down by 5. I doubt it.
Ball low to the ground, so ball 1 for Mitchell, 1-1 count. But, I mean, you know, sometimes you see they'll purposely send the runner, try to get in a pickle, and try to send the guy home.
Well, I think collegially it's tough to do that because these guys are pretty smart. They've probably seen that before.
Mitchell puts it in play. It is fair down the third base line.
That's foul ball.
Oh, no, foul ball. Careful, Troy.
What kind of equipment we got over here? My chair just broke.
So, 1-2 count for Mitchell. 2 outs. Runners on first and third.
I think Brian sat in this chair before I did.
Shondell takes off running, and he stopped on the way to second base.
He was going to try to do what you said a little bit ago, but see, they didn't bite on it. They didn't really care about him. They care about that guy down in third. Let him have the base if he wants it, because you're not hurt.
Exactly. 2-2 count for Mitchell. Shondell gets the steal to second.
See, what they wanted Griggs to turn and make the throw, and then he'd take off at third and yada, yada, yada.
Still never seen a runner stop. Foul tip from Mitchell. So it's still a 2-2 count for Mitchell. Runners on second and third. Big opportunity for the Quakers. If they can get a base hit here, they'll bring in 2 runs and cut the deficit to 3.
Well, they might bring in 2 runs depending on where that ball's going to be hit. Yeah, because you don't want to get that guy thrown out at the plate on the third out if you can avoid it.
Mitchell is still doing a very good job protecting the plate. Foul ball, and Wittenberg now has somebody warming up in the bullpen, and that will be number 25, Adam Mays.
Well, they want to see if Griggs can get himself out of trouble.
Well, this is the first time we've seen Griggs really in trouble today.
Yeah, he's pitched well, and if he can get this one right here, that's a huge confidence booster for him.
Yes, and the team.
You've given up just the 1 run.
But looking on the other side, if you can get both these runners in, and Mitchell with a single to right field. McFadden comes in, and Shondell will come in. Mitchell will try to go to second on the bad throw, and he will be tagged out. But still, both runners come in. 6-3 ball game. Wittenberg still with the lead, but a great response by Jackson Mitchell, the freshman, in his first collegiate game. And that will be the 3rd out of the inning on the Wesley Bay 12th Management Scoreboard, and we'll be right back.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994. Finding just the right used car can be a daunting task unless you shop at Tony's Car Sales in Richmond. Hi, this is Troy Naragowski. I can guarantee you one thing. Tony's professional staff will help you every step of the way without all that pressure of buying a new car. Hey, I bought my last 2 cars from Tony's, and it has been a great experience every time. Tony's has lots of one-owner cars, SUVs, and trucks ready for you today. Tony's Car Sales, 250 National Road West in Richmond.
Now pitching for your Quakers.
We are back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Jordan Christian will be the new pitcher. Go back over to Girard after the Quakers end up getting 3 runs in the inning. It's a brand new ball game.
And there will be a substitution for Wittenberg. Number 33, Mason Davis, will pinch hit for number 16, Hayden Knox. No, not Hayden Knox. Gabe Stacy, sorry.
So when I get that scorebook back, it's going to be complete?
Probably not. It might be complete on Wittenberg's side, but...
That's all right. See, that's why you have the live scoring. You can just go in here and look at it.
True.
But that's cheating.
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I'm the old school guy.
There is a new pitcher for the Quakers, number 9, Jordan Christian. And on his first pitch, number 33, Mason Davis, gets a single to left field. And first pitch in your first pitch of the game for Christensen gives up a base hit. So Mason Davis with a single. And now number 35, Carpenter, will step to the plate for the Tigers. No outs, runner on first base.
By the way, Carpenter triple back in the second inning.
And drove in a run with that triple as well.
You know, this is always kind of fun looking at all the scoring on here. They do it for you nowadays. You don't do much of anything.
Yeah, isn't that nice? 0-1 count for Carpenter.
You look pretty smart looking at this.
Exactly right.
You think you got it all in your head?
Ball outside, so 1-1 for Carpenter. Davis on first base.
I was going to try to check out those final numbers for Griggs. We'll try to, because again, he had a pretty decent day. I think he's probably done for the day too, but
he might be. Remember, it's still the first game of the season, so you don't want to overload your pitcher on the first game.
Hey, don't forget you also need to do your depth thing here in your charts for your defense when you do that Tuesday.
I'll be ready for it.
Okay.
Ball just misses the outside corner, so ball 2.
Don't forget you get to run that too, so you get to run this too.
It's a lot of fun, isn't it? 2-1 count for
I can
Carpenter.
tell you're looking forward to it.
And Christensen steps off the mound.
You know,
himself.
I got to mention one thing we didn't talk about. Dre Davis, a player who last year played for the Quakers just one season. He's not with the team this year.
Did he transfer out?
Whatever the situation was, I mean, that's another player that you think he was a really, really good infielder, a guy that had the ability to put the ball in play, but not with the team this year. I think he was a 300-plus hitter.
Oh, wow.
But I forgot about mentioning him as a loss to this program. That would have been a huge player to have back.
2-2 count for Carpenter. Again, Christensen misses the outside corner for ball 3, so full count. Davis still on first base for the Tigers. Christensen winds up for the pitch. And a foul tip by Carpenter. Good job protecting the plate from Carpenter.
Quakers have another right-hander throwing in their bullpen. Looks like Dominic Michael, a sophomore.
First game of the season. Want to see what your pitcher's got. Another foul tip by Carpenter. So full count.
You know, we were mentioning that Florida trip that they will be taking. They're going to get a chance to play 4 games in about, 4 days? 3 days, actually, when it all – they have a split squad game that will consist of 2 games, so they're going to get a lot of guys to chance to play in Florida.
And when I spoke to Coach Sakositz earlier this week, he's using the non-conference to label his rotation down for a conference. So everybody's going to get an opportunity to show what they can do. And a hit down the right field line will be foul ball for Carpenter. So 3 foul balls in the past 3 pitches for Carpenter. He's done a great job of protecting the plate, and he's telling Jordan Christensen, I'm not going to be an easy out.
You know, mentioning Wilmington is scheduled to be in here on March 2nd and March 3rd. Those are 2 1 o'clock start times. Of course, we're going to have to keep an eye on the forecast for that one. I understand the weather is probably not going to be good next week.
Weather's unpredictable around here. With the pitch, and that will be ball 4. So Carpenter draws the walk on Christensen, so runners on second and first base. And right field, number 17, Bryce Kilfoyle will step up to the plate.
Boy, this is where you come back, you see what's going to happen now. You just got 3 runs back. How are you going to respond right here? Jordan is a veteran, has been around a long time.
But still, I think every pitcher takes a few batters to really establish themselves.
Whoop.
And interference by number 35, Carpenter. He ran into second baseman Jackson Mitchell on the play.
Yeah, they're going to send the runner back.
Carpenter will be out on the play. Number 33, Mason Davis, will have to go back to third base, and
you better send your runner back to first base, right?
Yeah, Kilfoyle should still be on first base. He's on second right now.
Because that play would have been dead right there.
It should have been.
You can't just keep running. So, well, they're going to send – looks like they're even going to send the runner to third back to second base. Which is right, because if it's an interference here, he can't run to third.
Yes, he should be able to. Well, even on interference, because I'm not too familiar with this, with it being runners on first and second, should Davis be allowed to stay at third with the ground ball? You had to run over there anyway.
Well, I wouldn't think so because of the interference. You get it's in other words, it's a dead ball situation there, and so everybody's got to go back, or where they would have been with the runner at first base, he can't advance because it just kills. Everything's dead right there. That's a tough play though for a runner at first base. You know that as you see Mitchell coming in, you probably can't avoid it, but you got to find a way.
Yeah. And there may have been a play by Carpenter to avoid the double play.
Dirty player.
So it's 1 out for the Quakers. Runner still on second and first, and number 10, Hamrick, will come up to the plate. And a 1-0 count.
You know, we mentioned Jordan. He was a starting pitcher in high school, has accepted that role as a reliever, long reliever.
And that's a Hamrick gets a shot down the left field line, but it is a foul ball, so a 1-1. And going back to what you were just saying, Troy, sometimes that could be a tough adjustment for players coming out of high school. You got to just change your whole position when you get to college.
And he accepted it right from the time he got here. I mean, he was going probably to be a starter. They felt he was a better player as a middle reliever. Could be a spot starter if you needed him. But when you need some long relief, he's a guy that can do it.
Exactly. And that's just the kind of guy Jordan Christensen is.
Yes.
He's more of a team guy than an eye guy.
And it got him a ring, too.
Exactly.
Oh, my.
Nasty breaking ball by Christensen right there. Strike 2 on Hamrick.
Hey, listen, how much did the wind help that one, huh? I mean, I know he's got a decent breaking pitch, but that one was all gust of wind. I usually don't get too much. By the way, our first baseman, Hatfield, lost his hat again. We've had like 6 lost hats now.
I know.
But that ball, again, he's got a good breaking pitch, but it's not that good.
Yeah, the wind made that extremely nasty.
If he does that, he needs to go to the major league.
Exactly.
Wow.
Because that one was unhittable right there. So a 1-2 count for Hamrick. 1 out. Runner still on second and first base. Christensen with the pitch, and he gets Hamrick to swing.
Well, he can't go.
And that will be a strikeout. So Christensen gets his first strikeout of the game and 2 outs.
I wanted to see him throw that again.
Yeah. It's still a lot of wind out there. He has an opportunity. Matt Baker will step up to the plate for the Tigers. 2 outs, and another hat goes flying back into the outfield.
You may have to get something to hold those things down.
I know, right? Or just don't come out with them on.
That would be interesting.
I know.
I see sunshine.
I know, the first gleam
wow.
of it. And now it's gone. Baker hits a shot to third base, fielded by the third baseman, gets the out, unassisted from number 7, Danny Dopp. So the Quakers get out the scare with no runs allowed by the Tigers. 6-3 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, and we'll be right back.
Mendenhall's True Value in Richmond is your local source for the things you need at home or your business every day. Everything from hardware, tools, carpet cleaner rentals, window and screen repair, lawn and garden supplies, as well as hunting and fishing licenses. It's all in one place at Mendenhall's True Value Hardware, right around the corner at 125 Southwest 5th Street in Richmond. Give them a call for more information at 962-4842. Today's game is being brought to you by Tri-County Awards in Richmond. Customized awards and quality engraving services. When you come to Tri-County Awards, you'll get nothing but the best customer service. We take pride in our prompt service and easy availability. Celebrate success with a gorgeous medal, trophy, or plaque from Tri-County Awards. We've been crafting awards since 1972. Choose from a wide variety of designs and styles. We're a locally owned and family-operated business. Tri-County Awards, 1001 South East Street in Richmond. For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power and Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power and Light. Together we make powerful partners.
Welcome back to Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Quaker baseball. Earlham down 6-3. Wittenberg does have a new pitcher on the mound, number 25, Adam Mays, out of Tucson, Arizona. And in his first pitch, he hits catcher number 36, Cameron Weasel. So he will go to first base on a hit by pitch. And no better way to get a man on first base on the first pitch of the game.
Yeah, Cameron, left-handed hitter. Whistle really crowding the plate that time. And, boy, Mays, his first pitch, trying to ride him inside, trying to own that plate a little bit, came in a little bit too hard. So maybe, again, here was the start of something here for the Quakers.
And leadoff hitter number 4, Brian Pensuro, at the plate for his third at-bat of the game. He has struck out in his first 2. And nearly a pickoff at first base, but Whistle gets back.
Yeah, Kenny, the snap throw down to first base, but that wasn't much of a lead, really. And, of course, you're looking at your hitter, maybe squaring to bunt, just at least showing bunt to Mays. Try to get those infielders to take a couple of steps in.
Mays with the pitch, inside, too far, so a 2-0 count for Pensura.
And there is a right-hander again throwing in the Wittenberg bullpen. You know, we might end up with some sunshine here today. Look at this.
Unpredictable weather around here. Strike by Mays, so a 2-1 count on Pensura. Whistle still at first base. And now it's a lot of sunshine now. It's just coming.
Yeah. Brian struck out twice, looking both times, see if he can get something in
inside
play.
Pitches.
Yeah.
And a foul tip by Pensura, so a 2-2 count.
I'm not sure if I can remember how many times Pensura led off last year. Leadoff hitters are a little bit different than the rest. I mean, bottom line is you want to get as many pitches, look at as many pitches as you can. They count on you getting on base.
And Pensura puts it in play, but hits it right to second base, and he will beat the double play, but Whistle will be out at second base, so 1 out by the Quakers.
Knox really, I mean, bottom line, that was off his fist, and it was a one-hopper slow.
Yeah.
Knox playing back on a little bit. They were probably, speaking of Wittenberg, just glad to get the one. But
well, when you have the lead, it's just you want to get outs whenever you can and not try to force double plays, and maybe you have an error, and now instead of 1 out, guys are on second and third.
And Pensura got down the line pretty quick. So
yes. Number 31, Addison Robinson at the plate. And
that was a high and outside. It was a check swing, but he didn't go around far enough, did he?
He did?
He did.
Okay, so it will be strike 1.
Oh, my. That was a Brian Cox call.
So 0-1 count for Robertson. Pensura at first base. He will take off running, and he will get the steal at second. So stolen base by Pensura. A 1-1 count for Robinson as the high fastball on that last pitch.
The catcher, Kenny, just had a hard time getting that ball out of his glove, and that's why that was a stolen base. Otherwise, that might have been a pretty close play.
Well, with the pitch being so high, it's kind of hard to really, get the ball out all in one movement. So Pensura on second. Strike 2 for Robinson, 1-2 count. And another good opportunity for the Quakers to add another run. Try to cut the lead down. One-two count, 1 out. Pensura on second base. Mays with the pitch. Robertson foul tip. And Robinson's a guy you would love to get on base because of his ability to steal bases.
30-plus last year, senior.
And 30-plus last year, top 5 in the country is what I was told.
Yeah, this guy loves to steal bases in all situations.
And a strikeout for Robertson.
Now it's a pitch low and inside, tough one to handle. That's a pretty good pitch that time by Mays. Get one of those just close enough to swing at, but not close enough to hit. Just great location by Mays. Now we're going to see a visit.
Timeout.
Well, this visit could be, they may just let him go 1 inning, but he may be in a situation where they feel better about bringing a new right-hander in. Brandon Beagle is the pitcher is warming up in the bullpen. A lot of times you'll come out, try to decide whether this is a good situation for Mays. That's a big strikeout, though, of the last hitter, and they're going to leave him in. I think that might be a pretty good call, but he might be on a short leash as well because you got the 4th run of the ball game standing down at second base.
And third baseman Danny Dopp at the plate.
And, again, Danny Dopp's a good hitter. Now, Dopp is the one guy that has a little pop in his bat, too. He can hit the long ball.
And if you're Earlham, no better time to have it than right now.
They're going to pitch him low and away.
Swing and a miss by Dopp, so a 0-1 count. And even in his first inning, Mays hasn't done a bad job of controlling the plate.
Well, you saw Kenny set to the outside. Let's see if he goes there again. You want to keep that ball low and away. Don't let him extend his arms out over the plate. There he goes again. Everything's going to be away from Dopp. There you go.
And strike 2 for Dopp. So a 0-2 count. Great spot.
Oh, that was a great pitch.
Yes.
See, now, Kenny, if they're smart, you do it again. You go right back out there, and if anything, make Dopp hit a ground ball to the right side. Or back to the pitcher. They're going to go inside.
And he ends up hitting it right to the shortstop, but a great play by number 2, Ryan Probst. He throws Danny Dopp out at first. The Quakers do not get a run in this inning. They leave Pensura on second base. Wittenberg up 6-3 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, and we'll be right back.
Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120. Are you looking for the right place to work out? A place where you have several choices and can have fun at the same time? Well, that place is right here in Richmond, Family Fitness Works. Family Fitness Works has spinning, Zumba, kickboxing, core works, kick fit, body pump, body flow, and much, much more. And don't forget, Family Fitness Works also has Richmond's most extensive free weights and Nautilus in the area. Check out their website at familyfitness.com or stop by at 213 North 3rd Street in Richmond.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, "You are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive." And so now I am. Mr. Positive, and I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube, fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
Welcome back to Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Top of the 6th inning. Shortstop Ryan Probst at the plate for the Tigers. And Jordan Christensen still at the plate for the Quakers. He had a real good inning last inning. And that'll be ball. So a 1-1 count for Probst. Christensen doing a really nice job since he stepped in on the mound. Nearly a strike for Probst as he was able to pull back the swing. Didn't go halfway, so a 2-1 count.
Now you've seen 2 straight breaking pitches. If he'll come back with another.
And he goes fastball. Probst hits it straight to Dopp. Dopp will throw across the field to Hatfield, and he will get the out. So a quick out for the Quakers. And number 9, Patrick Kinney, will step to the plate for the Tigers.
Almost looks like maybe, is that Spencer Owens throwing in the bullpen? I can't really tell. Still has a jacket on, but it might be the last inning here for Jordan as well.
Again, first game, don't want to just overwork your pitchers. Christian with the pitch and fastball little high, so ball 1 for Kinney.
Yeah, first game, cold. Don't want to strain the arm if you can avoid it.
And Kinney hits it straight to Mitchell at second base. Mitchell will throw him out at first, so quick 2 outs by the Quakers. And real solid start to the inning by the defense.
Yeah, I'll go back even to Talcott. If Walter was throwing well enough, there's no way he would have thrown a full game. They might have gone 6 with him, and then that would have been it for him.
And also, I mean, as much as you practice, it's a totally different situation pitching in a game than in a bullpen.
Yeah.
So pitchers still have to rebuild their arm strength in game-wise.
And all the simulations they've gone through.
Exactly. It's nothing. Yeah. They said you can never, like, really simulate a game, like the pace of it and stuff.
Well,
you can only do so much in practice.
This is a game. Baseball's a little different. I mean, when you have bottom line is you don't have workhorses much anymore the way you used to. When in our day we were tough. You know, we were working a lot of innings. Brian's not listening.
Quick 2-0 count for Siebert. 2-1 count for the first baseman, Siebert.
You know, the Nolan Ryans, the Wilbur Woods, guys like that who are really tough, throw 400 innings a year.
Nolan Ryan also beat the heck out of Roger.
Yes, he did. They're fighters. Now if you get a pitcher to throw 5.5 innings, they think that's a good outing.
Hey, it might be. Christensen with the pitch. Siebert hits it down the line to third base. It is
a
foul ball.
Wow.
I did not think that was a foul ball. It hit off Dopp, but the umpire calls foul, so a 2-2 count for Siebert, and wow.
I think he does understand where the ball goes over the bag, but that looked like it went right over the bag to me.
And then I thought it was still unfair when it hit off Dopp.
When where Dopp touched it, of course, yes, it was foul. But where the ball went over the base, that's where you determine whether it's a fair or foul.
And Siebert hits it right back to Dopp in play. Dopp will throw across the diamond, and a good scoop by Hatfield will be a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers. So no runs. Tigers still up 6-3 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, "You are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive." And so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Welcome back to the Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Earlham baseball. Earlham down 6-3. First baseman Austin Hatfield will be the first batter of the inning for the Quakers. Adam May still out there on the mound for the Tigers. And May's first pitch will be high. So a 1-0 count for Hatfield.
You know, he is back out, and again, you mentioned the way he finished out the inning was good, but I think he'd be on a short leash if he gets in trouble in this inning. I think so.
Swing and a miss by Hatfield, so a quick strike, 1-1 count. Earlham still down 3. They had that 3-run inning in the 4th. Pinsur was on second base the last inning but could not get him in. Inside pitch, strike 2 for Hatfield, a 1-2 count, and the Tiger pitchers are really going to that inside zone.
And as long as it works.
Keep going back to it.
Don't change it. Because every time, even if Earlham gets contact, it's generally been a slow roller.
Yeah. Mays right down the middle, and Hatfield goes down looking. So a quick strikeout for Mays, and I think that's why they left him in. He's just on a roll right now.
That's 3 or 4 hitters for the Quakers that have been caught looking.
And if you ask me, that pitch was right down the middle.
Well, that was a great pitch.
Yeah.
There's no reason why.
But again, you're down 3 runs in the 6th inning. You can't really afford to be going down looking right now.
Got to take a swing.
Number 33, Isaiah Shake at the plate. And right back in the inside zone, quick strike. So a 0-1 count for Shake.
Quakers have had 5 strikeouts today. I know at least 3 have been caught looking.
Yeah, for sure. 1-1 count for Shake. Shake gets a single in the right field. So a nice hit by Isaiah Shake. Runner on first base, and number 16, Andrew McFadden, will come up to the plate. And remember last time these guys started off the scoring run for the Quakers. Let's see if they can do it again.
You know, it's a little different situation when you're down 6-1 as it is to 6-3.
Yes.
Might be a chance here to look to hit and run or a clean steal. Try to put a little pressure on Mays. See, and that's why they threw to first. They want to make sure they're going to give him a look, see what he's planning on doing. A lot of times that throw to first base is nothing more than either give an indication of what the hitter might do or what the runner might do.
But then also on the defensive end, being 6-3, 6-1, like if it was 6-1, you may be able to leave Mays in for a few more batters. But if he gives up a hit to McFadden, all of a sudden the time runs at the plate. So.
And that's why you keep an eye on the bullpen and see how quickly he's working. Because there's a right-hander down there now.
And McFadden pops it up behind the first base on the right field side, but does not get a good jump on the ball, so it will drop for a foul ball, so 0-1 count. And we've seen both sides today really struggle to be able to really read the pop flies.
Well, for Seifert, the one thing you might want to do is, first off, the wind is blowing. You've heard of that today. Is go back on it and then come up on it instead of go sideways the way he did. Go back on a little bit further.
Every coach supposedly teach on fly balls that your first step is always back.
Always back, yeah.
Mays tries to pick off Shake again for his 3rd time.
But Seifert's a first baseman. They don't do that. They're outfielders.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that.
Infielders have a different mentality.
True.
Judging.
Mays with the pitch. High. So a 1-1 count for McFadden. Shake still at first base. Mays will hit McFadden. So runners on first and second base with one out for the Quakers, and number 25, Shondell, will come up to the plate, and we're seeing a similar situation from when these guys were up last time.
Yeah, Shondell has a chance now to make a huge impact right here. And I think Mays might be on a real short leash, as now you see the right-hander throwing a little more velocity and getting ready perhaps to come into the ball game here in this inning in case he gets in trouble.
And pitch right down the middle. Strike one for Shondell, 0-1.
Now Mays has had that breaking pitch. It's been
working
pretty
for
good.
him, yeah.
And it isn't like Earlham stinging the baseball right now either. Again, you had the hit batsman, but Earlham hasn't had many to drive.
Mays will step off the mound.
Well, here's where Earlham loves it, because you have runners at first and second. Wittenberg knows they like to run.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to keep these guys close to the bag, and so now you've got Mays thinking two ways. Will he make a mistake on his throw to the plate?
Or just start throwing balls. And swing and a miss by Shondell, so 0-2.
Well, that was a pretty good fastball.
Yeah.
That was high in the zone, and though it was missed, that was a good pitch right there. So now if you're the hitter, you're 0-2, really protect.
Yes, you have to protect.
Now, I don't think the runners are going anywhere right now.
No, they're not going nowhere. And
careful.
Doesn't go. And catcher tries to get McFadden at first, but McFadden makes it back safely. And
well, let's give Kenny credit.
Yeah, he pursued the ball very well. I actually thought the runners were actually really going to try it.
Well, the ball, when that skips off that turf, that's different than dirt.
It is a lot different than dirt. So a 1-2 count for Shondell.
Oh.
And Mays goes back inside for a strike three.
So now we know that's four guys who have been caught looking. Is that five? Yes. All right, five. So now we've got five caught looking. That's why we have stat people. We have five caught looking in that situation. Now I need to know how many have been caught looking in scoring position.
Four have been caught on the inside pitch. I know that for sure.
So five caught looking. We need the stats on the other.
Jackson Mitchell back at the plate. Quick strike for Mitchell, 0-1, and Mitchell was the one who hit the single to right field, brought in 2 runs to make it 6-3.
You know, I used to know all this, but he took the scoring sheet. He's not keeping up with it. He's got it all in his mind right now.
That's what technology's for.
I know.
Mays goes inside. Ball 1, so 1-1 count for Mitchell.
See, we've got old school people over here, Avis and I, down in this end, the experience, the knowledge, the wisdom. He knows, don't you? What's that? That's right. I won't mention that part. Yeah.
Foul ball by Mitchell, 1-2 count.
You know I'll be completely lost when I get that back, because I have no idea what you're doing now.
I don't either, to be honest with you. I'll get better at it.
I know.
Inside pitch by Mays. High and too far inside, so a 2-2 count for Mitchell.
Well, this is where it really, for the hitter, anything close, again, you got to be swinging the bat right now.
Mitchell right back to right field. He gets the shot. Shake will come in, and McFadden will hold up at third. Jason Mitchell in his first collegiate game is having himself a ball game.
Went with the pitch. It was outside. We have seen Mays do that time and time again, trying to get that pitch low and outside, and he just went with it. Didn't try to overextend at all, and that's a really huge hit for the Quakers.
Now batting, your catcher,
Mitchell has 3 RBIs in his first game as a collegiate baseball player.
There you go.
6'4", and catcher Cameron Whistle will step up to the plate. And it'd be really big if Whistle can get that runner in from third base.
Mitchell, just a freshman, 2 hits. He, along with Shake, with 2 hits today.
Strike 1, so 0-1 count for Whistle, and I'm surprised that they left Mays out so far this whole inning.
Yeah, it looks like the right-hander in the bullpen he's been throwing for a while. I think he's ready to go. They won't allow him to get more than 1 more.
Whistle goes single straight up to center field, which will bring in McFadden. Mitchell will advance to second base. So a 6-5 ball game. Quakers found themselves down 6-0, but now it's scored 5 unanswered.
And Mays is done.
Number 4, Brian.
Even with the announcement of Pensora, you knew that would be the last one he would face.
Yeah.
Boy, the Quakers now with 9 hits, is that right? Or is the 8th hit on the board? Looks like they still have 7 up there. I have them for 9, but we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. Pitching change. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is coming up in a moment. 6-5, Quakers trail it by 1 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
Welcome back to Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Still in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitching change for Wittenberg. Number 14, Brandon Beagle, will step up to the mound. And leadoff hitter Pensura will step back to the plate. Pensura is 0 for 3 for the day. But he hits one straight to center field.
Trouble.
It's going back, and great play by the center fielder, number 7, Matt Baker. Makes another great catch. That's his second one of the day, and it saves 2 runs for the Quakers. But the Quakers do get 2 to cut the deficit to 1. 6-5 Wittenberg on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, and we'll be right back.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com. Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft-Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond. After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
Back here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium as a new ball game here this afternoon. At one point, the Quakers were down in this one 6-0, but they have rallied back and now have made this a ball game here in the top of inning number 7. Dominique Michael will be the new pitcher for the Quakers. Dominique, talk more about him in a moment. His first pitch is fouled off. No balls and a strike. At the plate for Wittenberg is Hayden Knox. Again, you can follow along live scoring this afternoon on GoEarlham.com. Knox 1 for 3 this afternoon. The pitch on the way by Michael hit hard but foul. And as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Dominique, by the way, the right-hander for the Quakers, a sophomore, 6'1", 155. Now jumps ahead in the count. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's a breaking ball outside. Earlham again rallying back with 2 more runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Earlham finally getting those bats going with runners in scoring position. Michael's next pitch low and inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield straight away. Wind continuing to gust, but we've gotten rid of the snow showers. We said that we're seeing some sunshine here this afternoon. Got him looking on the inside corner. And Dominique gets the strikeout of the first hitter here in the top of the 7th inning. So good pitch by Dominique. That'll bring up now Mason Davis.
Number 33, Mason Davis.
So far, the reliever pitchers have done a great job in this ballgame.
They've gotten the hold, and
yes,
that's the key. And that started with Jordan Christian. And now Dominique Michael pitches outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Mason Davis 1 for 1. Michael gets the sign from Whistle, the leg kick and the pitch. Right there was a huge gust of wind and a fly ball shallow center. Shake coming on. He loses his hat as well, but able to stay with it. There are 2 quick outs now here in the 7th. That gust of wind right when he threw the pitch.
Now batting the left fielder.
So 2 outs, and here is Gage Carpenter. Boy, Cincinnati, these guys know each other well. A lot of players from Ohio on both of these teams, as you would expect for Wittenberg. But Coach Sakasitz and his staff, they really do a good job recruiting around the Cincinnati area. Carpenter 1 for 1 this afternoon. Quakers trail at 6-5, but again, chance to go back to work in the bottom of the 7th inning. Wind is straight away center field, and the pitch in there for a strike. Quakers, the 3 runs in the 4th inning, 2 more in the 6th to close this to within 1, and that breaking pitch is outside. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, just a single game today, and then back on Tuesday for another single contest. Huge cut and a miss. It is our understanding that we'll try to at least make up one of the other 2 games that it was scheduled for a 4-game series. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way, and it's outside, 2-2. Quakers are able to take all 4 games of the series last year. And again, hoping to rally here this afternoon and make it 5 in a row over the last 2 seasons. The break-even pitch on the way is low, 3-2. By the way, you can find the upcoming schedule for the Quakers on Earlham's website, goearlham.com. That trip to Florida will take place coming up on the 12th through the 15th of March. That pitch low and outside. That'll be ball 4, and the Tigers have a runner on base now here in the 7th. And now up for Wittenberg will be Bryce Kilfoyle.
Number 17, Bryce Kilfoyle.
Kilfoyle, a sophomore out of Hudson, Ohio. You know, you talk about how the Quakers have a lot of youth, but a lot of playing experience. You look at the other side, a lot of these guys for Wittenberg have not seen a ton of playing time. And they're still relatively young. Kilfoyle, by the way, 0 for 3 this afternoon. Lifted high in the air on the right side. The second baseman, Mitchell, will call for it and make the catch. No adventure on that one for the first time, and we'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Wittenberg on top of this one, 6-5.
Hey, this is Steve, and out of Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Back once again here at Randall R. Sadler Stadium as we're ready for the bottom of the 7th inning. Quakers will open things up with Addison Robertson. Beagle back in again for the Tigers. 1 pitch, 1 out in the last half inning.
It'd be really great if the Quakers can get Robertson on base, a tying run, and his efficiency to steal bases. No better person to rather have on.
Yeah, this guy could be a leadoff hitter. He can be your number 3 hitter. Could be a cleanup hitter. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's up high. 2 balls, no strikes. Yeah, and that's one thing if you're on the other side for Wittenberg, you're thinking, don't get this guy on base.
No.
Pitch is low and outside, so quickly 3 balls and no strikes. There will be another reliever getting ready for Wittenberg, another right-hander, number 34, which is Aaron Fasano, and that pitch in there for a strike. Robertson out of Indianapolis. Here's your 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. A little behind on the fastball. May have been looking breaking pitch. Played his high school baseball at Lutheran High School. Beagle set to throw again. Quick worker and got him on a breaking pitch outside, and that may have been ball 4, but Robertson reaching out. And he comes up empty on that one, so the first out, that's a huge way to start as Beagle fell down in the count.
It fell down 3-0.
The third baseman.
So now Danny Dopp.
Danny Dopp.
Great way for Beagle to battle back after one pitch away from a walk.
That's one of those you put a little asterisk by, and it could be a huge, huge out. There's a check swing and a strike on Danny Dopp. If you're an infielder or even an outfielder, in this case, Beagle, he works pretty quick. Gets the sign and set to throw. Breaking pitch low and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, that means he and Whistler, take that back, Kenny, the catcher, they're on the same page if they can work this fast. 2 balls and a strike. Catchers that can call a really good game. Guys are very valuable. Ground ball up the middle, diving Probst behind the bag, throw to first, and unable to dig it out of Seifert. That should be a base hit for Danny Dopp, and the Quakers have a man on now here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That is the Quakers' 10th base hit. And who would have thunk at the beginning of this one the way that the Quakers had 2 hits, and now they got more hits than Wittenberg.
Sometimes your bats wake up a little later in the game.
Yes, they do.
I mean, then look at the opposite side. Their bats were awake earlier, but now they're kind of dead right now.
Here is Hatfield at the plate, another breaking pitch. That's high and outside, 1 ball, no strike. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Wittenberg leading it by 1, but there's your tying run down at first base. The stretch by Beagle. And time called. Mentioned Hatfield, a transfer out of Cuyahoga Community College. He's out of Hamilton, Ohio, and of course that's a rich breeding ground for a lot of good baseball players, and Earlham staff knows it. Ground ball to the shortstop, Probst. They'll get 1 there. The relay to first, and stretching out and off the bag at first base is Seifert, but good effort. But 2 away now for the Tigers. Throw was just a little bit off the mark, and Seifert at about 6'5" really tried to stretch out and make the play at first. So now the Quakers will bring Isaiah Shake, the junior out of Bloomington. Beagle will be set to go to work. That's the sign from Kenny. Short lead at first, and the breaking pitch in there for a strike. Boy, you'd have to feel pretty good throwing that all day.
Yeah.
Huh? Because you're always going to get a break on it. And that wind, the way it's blowing. The stretch and the pitch on the way popped him up foul. Oh, and 2 away. Quakers have no one throwing in their bullpen at the moment. Again, we're back here Tuesday, and then we're scheduled to bring in Wilmington for a 4-game series next Saturday and Sunday. The stretch and the throw to first, and almost got him at first base. Seifert laying on the tag.
Close.
Well, Hatfield is, he's a first baseman, probably not a real big stolen base threat, so just be careful and don't get picked off. And again, his lead is still within the brown part of that turf, and got him looking. Quakers, is that number 6? Yes, number 6 caught looking. We head to the top of the 8th inning on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Quakers trail at 6-5.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto and business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf and I approve this message.
Well, it's a sunny day. It started out as a cloudy and still going to be cold day, but at least we have some sunshine here this afternoon. The Quakers trail it by 1 as we head to the top of inning number 8. Dominic Michael back in for another inning of work, and it looks at unless something changes, he will finish this one out here this afternoon.
It was snowing earlier.
Yeah, we had snow. It was really dark. Lights have been on. In fact, they were on when we got here at the ballpark earlier today. David Hamrick, the sophomore out of Green, Ohio, steps in here on the top of the 8th inning. His first look at Dominic Michael, the right-hander, set to throw, and his first pitch on the way is in there for a called strike. 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the leg kick and the pitch. Here's a strike. Dominic looking in, and he'll get the sign from Whistle. Here is the 0-2 delivery. Low and outside, 1-2. Well, if Earlham ends up losing this game, they'll look at the amount of times they had players in scoring position, how many guys were caught looking, and probably end up in the cages a little bit longer on Monday. Ground ball, third baseman, backhanded by Dopp. Long throw across the diamond, dug out by the first baseman. Great play by Danny Dopp. Everything went away from first base, and Dopp shows his arm strength to get the out.
Nice defensive play. Ever since the bottom or the top of the 4th inning, their defense is really set in stone. They gave up those 6 runs earlier, and ever since then, defense has done a really solid job.
This is Matt Baker. He will show a bunt, lays it down, and the catcher able to get out of the way. Whistle did a great job. That ball took a lot of backspin and came back into foul territory. He wanted to make sure that, if anything, get out of the way and don't let it touch me in fair territory, because that would have been a tough play.
Very tough play. Just heads-up play by the catcher.
Baker on the day, 2 for 4. Boy, Earlham's seen their batting average go up in this game. They're hitting well over 300. That was not the case early.
No.
In fact, they're hitting better than Wittenberg. Everything has kind of changed. As Baker now down to the count at 0-2.
Earlham just needs a few more runs to change.
By the way, the Quakers have not really even hit the ball extremely hard today. That's one thing that's kind of surprising about this, the way they've come back. It isn't like they're stinging the baseball, but
just situational hitting that we brought up earlier. And from a freshman.
Yeah. Got a good start from a freshman who's played well. Now, we said that a lot of freshmen are going to get a chance to make an impact, and they have done that today. Dominic with the pitch on the way, hit to the second baseman. Speaking of Mitchell, he will throw to first, and there's 2 outs. By the way, this college baseball season, it's very compacted. We're going to get everything in between now and the end of April. That's a lot of baseball.
It is a ton of baseball, but I'm sure players prefer games and practices anyway.
Here is Ryan Probst. I know you like that, playing better than practice, so I don't blame you. 2 for 3 today for Probst. Pitch on the way, and that's really wise, that pitch in there for a strike, when you consider that Earlham has this facility. Though it has been cold at times, they've been able to come out and practice outside instead of everything being indoors. And I think it's just huge for this program, the way this stadium has benefited them.
Well, think about it. Each dugout has heaters.
Well, one does. The other one doesn't. That was
it
done.
doesn't?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was done on purpose. Earlham's going to stay warm. The other guys, who cares? It's kind of they can just sit over there and freeze. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way, and got him. So Dominique Michael doing his job, and now let's see if the Quaker Bats can do it again in the bottom of the 8th inning. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Wittenberg on top of Earlham, 6-5.
Little Sheba's Restaurant and Zini's Place. Come join us in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue or at our newest location in Centerville at 129 East Main Street. Grab one of our gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, plus more in our smoke-free environment. 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home. For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994.
Earlham Baseball being brought to you this afternoon. Was that you?
No.
Earlham Baseball being brought to you this afternoon by Best Western Classic of Richmond. At the Best Western Classic, you get the most amenities available, including indoor pool, fitness center, conference space, free buffet breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and, of course, a clean, quiet, comfortable room. Best Western Classic, 533 West Eaton Pike.
The left fielder, number 16.
Now we're in the bottom of the 8th inning, and it will be Andrew McFadden to lead things off. Beagle back in for another inning of work, and the right-hander's first pitch, check swing, he went around. And McFadden quickly down, no balls and a strike. McFadden 1 for 2 today. Beagle so far 2 strikeouts in 1 1/3 innings of work as that pitch low and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Boy, just inside 2-1. Yeah, I was a little concerned about the reaction I got when I said this thing could go into extra innings, and everybody looked at me, kind of dirty looks, and that pitch low. I mean, what better than to have an afternoon of baseball? Maybe 2 or 3 games.
All right, but you get to explain to my teachers why I don't have the assignments done.
There's a strike. I'm sure they love to hear that. Here's the break-even pitch. That was actually the payoff pitch. It was 3-2, not 2-2 on the board, so we'll have a base runner here for the Quakers.
Tying run on first base.
And now here is Robbie Shondell.
Again, it's been the bottom half of the lineup that's really been killing Wittenberg.
Yeah, that's huge. That is huge when the bottom of the lineup can do the job, and now we'll have a visit to the mound. Again, there's a right-hander throwing for the Tigers.
2 of them.
Now, I was going to say, I don't think this is a change here. I think this is more of let's make sure we know what we're going to do where the baseball is hit. You have the tying run down at first base.
Important to hit your spots as a pitcher, and if we can, let's try to put the ball in play, get a double play.
You also have a freshman hitting, that is Shondell. So how do you throw to Shondell? And this is, again, a tough situation for a freshman to be in, but you want to make sure that you don't give Shondell anything really good to hit right here. He's 1 for 3 on the day.
Well, that and Mitchell on deck is the one with 3 RBIs, so you don't want to set him up with runners in scoring position, the way he's hitting the ball.
With 2 guys on base.
Exactly.
Of course, the meeting had to be broken up by the home plate umpire. Baseball coaches, they just think they can take all the time they want out there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to wait until that guy walks out there, and then they can, we're done here in a second. They take a couple of more seconds. Coach Saxon's the same way. Just,
I think all baseball coaches are the same way.
You want to talk and talk. All right, here we go. Beagle with a pitch, high and inside. Quakers down by 1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The stretch and the pitch on the way, high and inside, almost the same location, 2-0. So Beagle will take a moment as he steps behind the pitching rubber and tries to get himself back together, and now he's down 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch on the way, this time right down the middle.
Those are the hardest ones to not swing at.
Well, and especially when you're 2-0, should I or shouldn't I? And I think if he got a decent pitch, he was ready to swing.
Oh, I'd have took a hack at that one.
Oh, yeah. 2-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball could be 2. There is Knox. Probst, and Probst gets taken out at second base. That's a clean slide. But Probst will go down at second. I know Brian Cox doesn't believe that's a clean slide right there. That's a good, hard baseball slide. That's the way the game used to be played. So now we may see a pinch runner here or a pinch hitter. What do we have?
The second baseman.
No, you wouldn't do a pinch hitter with Mitchell.
Mitchell.
So Mitchell's been announced, and now let's see if we're going to have a pinch runner at first. And it will be a pinch runner. That's going to be James Grace. I think we may have a look at Probst, the shortstop, to make sure he's okay on that clean slide. So now Grace at first, and they're going to say that Probst is okay.
Number 29, James Grace.
You know, if there's one guy I'd like to see at second base when I'm running down, there's Brian Cox. I would love to take him out. Here's the stretch by Beagle and the pitch in there for a strike.
At second base, you don't want to have a home plate collision?
He'd be whining and crying about something. Here's the stretch of the pitch. Runner takes off. Pitch in there for a strike. Throw down to second. A good throw, and he is safe.
The throw was there in time. Just wasn't able to get the tag now.
So now the Quakers with James Grace able to get the stolen base. It's no balls and 2 strikes, and the tying run now at second. Jackson Mitchells, we mentioned moments ago, big day for the Quakers at the plate in his first college baseball game, hoping to come up big again. The 0-2 pitch on the way, ground ball toward the shortstop. Probst throw to first in time, so 2 away, but the runner advances on to third. And now Quakers have the tying run just 90 feet away, and here is Cameron Whistle.
Your catcher, number 36, Cameron Whistle.
So now a chance here for the transfer from Coker College to step up. He's 1 for 2 today. Left-handed hitter will take that pitch low and inside, 1-0. Well, give yourself something to hit right here. Try to put this thing in play. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Popped him up at foul, and the catcher, Kenny, giving it a look. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a pretty good cut.
Mm-hmm.
See if Kenny will try to set up on the inside here and try to get the left-handed hitter to ground out to the right side. Kenny's going to set up on the outside corner. Here's the pitch on the way and missed the target. 2 balls and a strike. Well, we've had some freshmen in pretty interesting positions here today for Earlham.
And some of them have come up big.
They have. Baptism by fire here today. Here's the pitch. It's outside, 3-1.
It's your style, too.
You know, the thing is, this one is iffy, whether it bothers me. He gets to first base. As that guy down there I'm more worried about if I'm Wittenberg, but you also have Pinsur on deck. Pitches inside and high, and that'll be a walk. So now here is Pinsura. Now Brian Early had struggled.
The shortstop,
Caught looking twice. Flew out his last time up to center field in the 6th inning. Now the other question is, how long is Beagle going to last? The 2 right-handers throwing in their bullpen have kind of stopped. And watching to see what the situation will be right here. Now, we saw it earlier. You talked about the runner at first taking off. You want to try it again?
No.
Okay. You want to chance it in the bottom of the 8th inning?
No.
Not a gambler. You're going to see if Pinsura is going to get the job done.
Pinsura is one of my veterans.
Yes, he is. Here's the pitch, and it's inside. And the other thing is, Beagle struggling throwing strikes.
That too.
Runners at first and third. The stretch again by Beagle. And the pitch on the way is inside, and we're 2-0. Grace at third, Whistles at first. Mentioned Pinsura's 0 for 4 today. Be a good time to get a base hit. The pitch missed again, 3-0.
I can pretty much guarantee it if Beagle walks Pinsura right here, he will get pulled.
Yeah, because now he's struggling. 3 balls, no strikes. No one's going to be swinging the bat right here. If Pinsura hits a 3-0, I would. Not sure what I would do. I'm afraid to say anything because most people hold me to it. 3 balls, no strikes. Pitch on the way, and that's inside for ball 4. Bases are loaded.
Oh, and the senior Robertson.
Well, I'll tell you what, they don't look, at least Wittenberg doesn't appear to be making a move yet. They're waiting for Robertson to be announced.
Now batting.
There you go.
Your designated
And
hitter,
we may see another
31,
pinch runner.
Addison Robertson.
So you heard Robertson being announced. So we may see the pinch runner. I generally would think would be down at second base because that would be your go-ahead runner. And now he didn't want to come out. I don't blame him. The whistle wants to stay in the ball game, so there would be a double switch. Means you'd have a new catcher as well. Connor Drews. That means Whistle will be coming out of the ball game, so Drews is now at second base. They needed more speed down there, and because, again, that's your possible winning run if you hold things in the 9th inning.
Now pitch running for your Quakers at second base. Number 14, Connor Drews.
Robertson is 0 for 4 today. Bases loaded. Beagle stays in, and his pitch is low for a ball, and this young man right now is really having a hard time. The stretch by Beagle. The pitch on the way, caught the outside corner for a strike. The runners will get their leads on all 3 bases. Beetle, gets the sign from Canny. Here's the pitch, low and inside. And we'll go to 2-1. All of a sudden your margin of error shrinks a little bit more. Bottom of the 8th inning, Quakers trying to tie or take the lead. The stretch. And the pitch popped him up on the left side.
Damn.
Carpenter coming in. He's going to battle the wind in the sun and make the catch, and the Quakers will leave the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 8th inning. We will head to the top of the 9th. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Wittenberg 6 and Earlham 5. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
Quakers will go back to their bullpen as Joey Gerbis will now be on the mound here in the top of the 9th inning. Joey out of Liberty Township, Ohio, 6'3", 185-pound right-hander.
Number 49, Easton Embry.
The
new catcher, too.
New catcher for the Quakers as well, Easton Embry, just a freshman. He's out of Fort Wayne Leo High School. So a whole new battery here for the Quakers in the top of the 9th inning. Boy, go back, if you don't mind, to the bottom of the 8th, and you had the bases loaded, and at one point there was only one out, and you just couldn't squeeze across a run.
And I think you said it right earlier, Troy, if Earlham doesn't pull out the win, and honestly, even if they somehow did pull out the win, Coach Sacco Sitz is going to really harp on his players, leaving runners in scoring position.
Yeah.
I don't know how many they've left in today's game, but I know it's a lot.
We can check. Patrick Kenny will lead things off. Gerbis' first pitch is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. I can tell you this, as the next pitch by Gerbis is inside 2-0. So far, the Quakers have had 9 strikeouts today. Runners in scoring position, 4 of 13. High fly ball into right field. Shondell going back on it at the warning track and makes the catch, I believe, right at the fence, and he does. As he falls down, but still made the catch, or did it go out?
Oh, he missed it.
It went out. Boy, I tell you what, I don't know how that got out. Looked like that Shondell had made the catch, but he missed it by about a foot or so. Home run here in the 9th inning. Shondell just simply ran out of real estate. As he runs into the fence in right field, just to the right of the 325 mark and to the, or should say the left of the 325 mark and the right of the scoreboard. So a solo home run, and that will give Wittenberg a chance now to get a 2-run lead. That pitch is up high, 1-0.
Think the wind carried that a little bit?
Yeah, no kidding. There's no doubt about it that Shondell would have made that catch if the wind just didn't continue to carry it. And we said earlier in the ball game, keep an eye on any ball that goes that way, and that time the Tigers will benefit. Boy, at the last, I really thought I thought he'd caught it.
I couldn't tell for a moment.
Because when he hit the fence, he came back down, and it, of course, is far away from where we are. It almost looked like he had made the catch, but when he went down, the runner kept going, and Home plate umpire signaled a home run. So,
well, to me, what gave it away is when you're saying he caught it, but Wittenberg celebrating.
They were celebrating, yeah.
I don't think they celebrating the catch.
That one popped up again to the right side. I can guarantee you this one is not going to go all the way to the warning track. Caught by the first baseman Hatfield for one away. So a 2-run lead now here in the top of the 9th inning, and that'll bring up Hayden Knox. Knox on the day, 1 for 4. That pitch is outside, 1 ball, no strikes. By the way, the Tigers now with 10 hits, the Quakers with 10 hits. That's the first home run of the 2019 baseball season. That one is hit foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. And when you think about the way that the conditions were today, to only have 12 combined runs and 20 combined hits is actually not bad. So I would have thought there would have been a lot more. Is that pitch in there for a strike? Knox didn't particularly care for that call. As Gerbis set to throw as that wind continues to blow here, and he loses his hat again. Here's a line drive into right center field. That'll fall in for a base hit. Hatfield losing, and the center fielder Shake ends up misplaying that baseball, and that's going to be, I believe, a single and a 2-base error. I was about to say that Hatfield lost his hat as well as it flew into right field right when Shake misplayed that baseball. So give the Tigers a base hit. The Quakers picking up a second error.
Number 33.
And that's going to bring up now Mason Davis. Now the last thing you want to see happen is let this thing get away and possibly allow the Tigers to go into the 9th inning. As, by the way, Shake lost his hat all the way to the warning track. But you still want to give yourself a chance to win in the 9th inning. So now 11 hits by the Tigers, 2 errors by the Quakers, and now a runner at third. The infield will be in. And Mason Davis will step to the plate. Davis 1 for 2 this afternoon, and time will be called again. By the way, Gerbis on the home run lost his hat. On that hit, he lost his hat. Anything to that?
I hope not.
There he lost it again. Popped up foul. The person trying to get the foul ball took a digger. And see, we think it's easy out there, huh?
I know, right?
Man. Well, of course, everybody saw him do it, too, so it wasn't like it. Of course, they're going to check him out, see if he's okay. This pitch on the way low and outside. I think they're more to laugh at. Oh, just, they just want the ball. They don't care about him. 1 ball, 1 strike. He was staggering more than a drunk on Saturday night. I tell you, he was all over the place, wasn't he? 1 ball, 1 strike, and the infield in, runner at third. The stretch and the pitch by Gerbis, that either hit the umpire or it hit his bat, which is hit his bat.
Ain't that something?
Well, now it either had to have hit his bat. Now the hitter says it hit his arm guard right there, but apparently it must have hit the bat, then hit the umpire and came off. It may have hit the very end of the bat. Either way, it's a strike, and boy, that was close too. 2-2, just a little bit off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stretch by Gerbis once again on the pitch. Slow chopper, the third baseman Dopp will cut in front of Pinsor and make the out. So 2 away, and more importantly, the runner will stay at third, and now that'll bring up Gage Carpenter.
Number 35, Gage
Carpenter 1 for 1 today. Boy, they have a lineup full of sophomores. This is, again, a very young team for Wittenberg. So now Gerbis with 2 away, time called. Quakers will add the infield back as Gerb is set to throw on the pitch. Fastball strike. Hayden knocks the runner down at third base. The Tigers would love to get him in, give them a 3-run lead, moving to the bottom of the 9th inning. The next pitch by Gerbis, low and outside. Quakers look back at this one, too. Look at the 9 strikeouts the Quakers have had today. I mentioned 6 of those looking. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gerbis with the pitch. See, Gerbis loses his hat again. We'll have a stat for that, too. Now, if he'd got a base hit right there, there would be something to that. That'd be 3 hat losses, 3 hits.
Well, maybe they need to invest in some super glue.
Gerbis maybe just got a haircut. The hat's a little too big for him right now.
Hey, man.
Stretch again by Joey. The runner gets the lead at third. They'll set up on the outside corners. Embry sets up for that outside pitch, and it's up high. Quakers need 1 more right here, and then think about the bottom of the 9th inning. The pitch on the way. This will be lifted into left center field, coming over, and that'll be a base hit. That'll score a run. Heading to second base on his horse will be Knox, and he'll be in for the double. Carpenter with the double. But now it's 8-5. So 3 big runs here actually 2 big runs here in the inning. And they got the guy across. They wanted to give them a little bit of breathing room. So now it's a 3-run lead. Bryce Kilfoyle will step to the plate. Now we know the Quaker bats will really have to come alive in the bottom of the 9th inning. Pitch is high and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. 12 hits now by the Tigers. The stretch by Gerbis. Here is the 1-0 pitch. 1 hopper to the first baseman. Hatfield knocks it down, loses his hat again as well, but that's going to do it for the top of the 9th inning. 2 runs across. Quakers have 3 to tie to try to stay in this ball game. This is Earlham Baseball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of this serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads daily. They serve great food priced for family budgets. And whether it's one of their homemade grinders, salads, or pizza, there's sure to be something for everyone in your family. Our baking process may cost a little more and take more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1161 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com. For over a century, Richmond Power & Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power & Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power & Light. Together we make powerful partners. Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120.
Well, the Quakers down to their final at bat. A new pitcher in the ball game now, Aaron Fasano, 6'3", 210 out of Mason, played his high school baseball at a very good baseball program in Moeller High School. And so now the Quakers will have Danny Dopp to lead things off, in the first pitch in there for a strike. Now you look back at the 2 runs scored by Wittenberg in the top of the 9th inning, how big those 2 runs are. Kenny sits up on the outside corner, the breaking pitch in the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. We have seen the Quakers today come up with some big innings in which they rallied back from the early deficit, made it a 1-run game, as that's in there for a strike, but now they'll have to do it for a second time. Fasano's a junior. Here's the pitch, and another breaking ball. It gets him swinging, and there's one away. Quakers now with their 10th strikeout of the day. Hatfield is 1 for 4.
Now batting the first baseman, number 17.
Grounded out back in the first, singled in the 4th. Struck out looking in the 6th inning, and then a fielder's choice in the 7th. And Fasano's pitch, low and inside, 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch on the way. That'll get away from Kenny. 2 balls, no strikes. Again, when this one is done, you can check out all the final scoring numbers and everything on GoEarlham.com. All throughout the entire season, updated stats and much more. Pitches outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Quakers with 10 hits today, need some now. Here's the pitch on the way, and that one right down the middle for a strike. As you could see that Fasano took something off that pitch just to get it across. Hatfield, another one of those players out of Hamilton, Ohio. That's low and outside. Well, there's a start. As Hatfield on his way to first base. Quakers have a man on here in the bottom of the 9th with 1 away. Isaiah Shake out of Bloomington South High School ready to step in. 2 for 4 today. He along with Danny Dopp and Mitchell with 2 hits each. Stretch once again by Fasano. Pitch is in there for a strike. Second baseman Knox really shaded more toward the bag, leaving a hole on that right side. There's another strike.
Doesn't want to give up the hit up the middle.
I'll tell you what, and again, it's easier said than done. If I'm Isaiah Shake, I'm trying to go that way because that's, again, a big hole, but it's tough to do in a day like today. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, I don't know what will happen on Tuesday weather-wise, but I think the wind will stop eventually. You might have a normal game on Tuesday night, but it's still expected to be cold at a 6:30 start time. The stretch and the 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, slow tapper to the shortstop Probst. They'll get the lead runner. So there's 2 away. So now Earlham down to their final at bat here this afternoon.
The left fielder, number 16, Andrew.
Here is McFadden. McFadden 1 for 2. Quakers aren't bound to run right here. You're down by 3. Fasano takes a soft toss to first base, now ready to throw. The pitch. There's a strike. I'm sure these players will be glad to get into some warmer conditions when this one is over. That pitch way outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. You know, it's one of these days, too. It can take a lot out of you if you're out there playing in it. I know you probably know that.
Yeah.
Takes a little extra effort and a little stronger will to want to even play. There's a strike.
And to think, double headers might be even worse.
Yeah, but now we have sunshine. We have to play another one. Why let him go home now?
I don't know. They made the right call, though.
Here's the stretch and the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, no one will go. I think they should have left it open. So, you know, if the sun comes out and it's 3 o'clock, let's give them 10 minutes. We'll come back, play another one.
Not today.
See, they need to listen to me more.
Well,
we get 2 games in. Now it's a beautiful day, and from where I'm sitting, it's beautiful. So you could play another one, maybe come back Tuesday. You'd have 3 games in. Stretch once again, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch on the way, and it's outside, 3-2. What's your paper on, by the way?
Huh?
Did you say you had a paper to write?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you forgot about that already, huh?
No, I didn't forget about it. We'll see if there's an essay online I can use from.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first, short lead. The stretch. Fasano's pitch on the way, and it'll be fouled off. Quakers will stay alive. What'd you say it was on again?
Some English topic.
Some English topic.
Yeah.
You mean like the language English or some other English thing?
Some books, yeah. Some books we were reading in class.
Neil Bryan was a 4.0 in college. 3-2 pitch on the way, hit foul again. You probably heard that 4.0 thing before, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're ready to go home, aren't you?
No, I love baseball today.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs.
Everybody's having a good time up here.
It's a 3-hour-plus game.
Can't get no better.
Can't get any better. That might be a short one. Wait till later. Here's the pitch on the way, and that's going to be inside for ball 4. Runners at first and second. Here is, yes, the tying run at the plate. Boy, and just like that, how quickly this could change. Anthony Morgan.
Now batting for your Quakers, number 12, Anthony
Backup infielder, the junior out of Cincinnati. Left-handed hitter. Wind is blowing to right field.
Well,
you get a high fly ball, let it get up in the stratosphere, and the next thing you know, we're going to be playing an extra inning.
Oh, this is going to be a tie ball game.
And the thing is, he doesn't have to hit it really hard either.
He doesn't.
That's right. Just make contact, get it in the air. Stretch and the pitch by Fasano. It's up high, and You get the guy to fall behind in the count, lays one right across the plate. Your paper will have to wait a little bit.
Or he gets on base, then we get a grand slam,
and it's over.
Then we go home.
Yeah, you like that better.
Yeah, that sounds a much bit better.
Which could happen. You have Jackson Mitchell on deck. He's hit well today. Runners will get their leads at first and second. The pitch on the way. Just missed him.
3-0.
3 balls, no strikes. Or they get a couple of runs and get the third one in. The guy strikes out. We'll get extra innings. A lot of things can happen.
There's so many things that could have happened.
3 balls and no strikes. I guarantee he won't be swinging, though. Takes that one low and inside, and guess what? The bases are loaded with 2 outs. And if you're Wittenberg's coaching staff, those kind of things will drive you nuts, walking guys late in the ball game.
Yeah.
Because that's what Fasano's not supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be closing out the game.
Well, again, this also goes back to Earlham in last inning. Bases loaded. If they could have got maybe 1 or 2 runs in,
you'd be home writing your paper.
I didn't say all that now, but they'd be in a much better position.
I have a feeling that paper you're going to write might be a little bit later today. Probably not going to be.
Oh, yeah. It might take me a good 5 hours.
Wow.
No, I won't, but I don't know.
You're not going to commit to that paper one way or the other, huh?
I'm going to commit. It just might be a little longer than usual.
All right. Meeting is over. They are going to leave it up to Aaron Fasano. Quakers have the bases loaded here in the bottom half of inning number 9. 2 away, and it's up now to the freshman as Jackson Mitchell played his high school baseball at Plainfield. And he has had a really good day today, 2 for 4. Mitchell steps in, takes that pitch for a ball.
Struggling at the mound.
He is struggling big time.
Well, I think if he walks this batter, he's getting pulled.
By the way, Mitchell with 3 runs driven in. Pitch on the way, and he was taking all the way, and it's 1-1. You liked that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
The stretch again here by Fasano. The runners will get their leads, and the pitch inside corner for strike 2.
Back to that inside.
Boy.
That's why I like the first pitch.
That's right. So now Fasano 1 strike away from picking up a big win here for the Tigers, leading it by 3 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The stretch. The pitch on the way, tapped over the mound. Could be a tough play for the second baseman. Knocks the throw to first, got him, and it's over.
No hits, no errors, 3 runners left on.
Well, a tough one for the Quakers here today, but they will lose it. Your final score on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Wittenberg 8, Earlham 5. We'll wrap it up in a moment right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Mendenhall's True Value in Richmond is your local source for the things you need at home or your business every day. Everything from hardware, tools, carpet cleaner rentals, window and screen repair, lawn and garden supplies, as well as hunting and fishing licenses. It's all in one place at Mendenhall's True Value Hardware, right around the corner at 125 Southwest 5th Street in Richmond. Give them a call for more information at 962-4842.
Well, game 1 is in the books. Quakers lose a tough one here this afternoon. They did a nice job coming back. It was an early lead for the Tigers. Earlham made it a 1-run ball game. Then the Tigers come up with some big runs late. In fact, those 2 runs, the home run certainly was a huge key. But when you look at the final numbers here this afternoon, when the Quakers had guys in scoring position, they just were not able to get them in key situations. And so that's part of it. A lot of guys caught looking, and so they've got some things to get ready for Tuesday.
But the one thing about baseball is you get quick turnarounds, and there's so many more games in this season. You have plenty of opportunities to fix the mistakes that you made today.
Tanner Griggs gets the win. He's 1-0. He went 4 innings here today. Walter Talcott will take the loss. He is 0-1 for the Quakers. Hitting-wise, Mitchell 2 for 5, Dopp 2 for 5, and Shake 2 for 5. Wittenberg, Tuesday. Right now, it is on. We'll see how the weather holds out for the next couple of days because, again, it's not supposed to get any warmer this week from what we understand, so we'll keep everybody updated on that. Again, but the Quakers lose it by a final of 8-5. We'll be on the air at about 6:20 or so coming up on Tuesday night. Final score here from Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Wittenberg beats Earlham 8-5. Thanks for being with us. This has been Quaker Baseball right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.